claimed she never had any ownership of it. Came out 2 weeks before, brought a lot to the project. Kardashian had her tape conveniently was released. The rumor is her show's going to be canceled.
Listen, let me explain something to you. Before I became a comedian, before I ever thought this at the time, but before I thought that I used to rob drug dealers, but I also was a solicitor. When I started laying brick, anywhere I went, even to eat pizza, if I saw a brick, I looked at it and analyzed it, looked at it how it could be better. There's something about life when you're living when I was a criminal. And listen, the first time I read the article, I woke up that Monday morning and I had seen in the Colorado paper that OJ's wife had gotten killed. I knew it was OJ. I'm sorry. I knew it was OJ because a year earlier I read that he beat her on New Year's or something like that.
That cop showed up, beat the hell out of her.
So I knew it was OJ. So I'm not going to lie to them. We were all racially profiled. When I heard about the Kardashian thing, there were 2 or 3 things that didn't sound right. Not to Uncle Joe. First of all, I would have punched her in the fucking head. That's what I don't like. She didn't take a punch to the fucking head. Something's not right there. Also, they just picked her up and put her in the bathroom.
Not just that, they tied her together with wrist, the plastic, what do you call them, ties?
Ties.
And duct taped over them. Okay, your hands are tied. Now you're duct taped over, your feet too. You're telling me you got out of that?
Something's
right.
Weird. I'm not saying that she did or she didn't. I don't want her going after us.
Not saying it.
But this is coming to you from a fucking criminal. And I'll tell you when you make these kind of mistakes. This is a mistake. This is one of those mistakes
that's a Queenstown, USA tiger. Or is it
she went over there and it's worth $10 million. So she gets $10 million insurance money and she gets action on the stuff that got robbed. Okay. I mean, there's just so many fucking. Was her mother in the hotel?
No, her friend was, and they also found one of the necklaces, which is a $33,000 necklace. They found on the sidewalk. So the criminals dropped it. The thieves, they dropped it. So I don't know, who knows? But it's amazing how you get robbed and come back to print on it.
And I could be wrong too. I can't tell. I can't tell you.
And I can't
tell you. Went down. If they said they would have shot her in the foot, she was by herself.
Yeah, completely. There was somebody else in there.
That's what I didn't like. That's the thing I didn't like.
She had a friend with her that was in a room downstairs that locked herself in the bathroom during this whole ordeal. That's what they said. Yeah, she had
the thing I didn't like.
She had a friend with her that was in a room downstairs that locked herself in the bathroom during this whole ordeal. That's what they said. Yeah, she had. There was another girl with her who was sitting downstairs or another bedroom. When she heard what was going on, she just locked herself.
What were the cameras?
Where's the cell phone of the girl who locked herself in the bathroom? Oh, she had one. She had her minutes to call, and anyway, there's just too many different variables.
You know what? At the end of the day, you go food shopping.
I don't wish it on anybody. I don't wish that on anybody. Go ahead, food shopping.
It's just, I don't like when people take up somebody's like, it's like if I get smacked in your face with the intelligence. Like something's not right. I don't know. I heard something today that she went after somebody for saying it.
No, they're suing. Yeah, not just saying it. If I remember this correct, I talked about this on my podcast this week.
I don't even know who she's married to. I heard she Kanye West left during a fucking concert in New York.
He just stopped, yeah.
He just stopped. So I mean, somebody gave him a pink slip, and he just left. You know what, man? She's always there at the fucking concerts. Where were the 2 fucking babies? I mean, there's just so many variables here that I thought of that minute. But you know what? I got my own problem. I got to shoot a special. Elvis is dead, and I don't feel so good myself, as they used to say, right? Elvis is dead, and I don't feel so good myself.
No,
so I really don't have time to break down the Angelina thing and the Brad Pitt thing.
What's the breakdown?
Yeah, no, in your
mind.
Of
course, it's over.
Yeah, it's really weird how it's like sports sometimes. You wish you had more time for sports, but you really don't because there's so many fucking things on your plate.
Don't you think as you get older, the day gets shorter? Or do the days seem longer?
When you're a kid, everything is slow. And when you graduate high school, everything is fucking triple speed. Right? Once you graduate high school,
yeah,
it's over.
Turbo time.
It's turbo fucking time. And it moves in 10-year movement. But you look at 6 years, you go, okay, I'll take care of that problem. The next thing you know, it's 10 years. This has been amazing, especially for me. It's been amazing.
It's just life. You're saying.
Yeah, so far it's just been. And you know what's that do today? That one ended up with the Eagles.
Oh, you're talking musician or singer?
Musician, guitar player from Detroit.
Oh, jeez.
Life, whatever that song is.
Not Rocky Mountain High's guy.
Yeah.
That's,
What's the song he sang? Life ain't that bad.
Life ain't that bad, yeah. Oh, God, his name is killing me. That Rocky Mountain High, what a song that was. Classic rock and roll. There's nothing like it anymore.
Let me see. Who wrote Rocky Mountain High? Not John Denver, but the other.
Rocky Mountain High was John Denver.
Right. What's the song we're looking for? The Rocky Mountain Way.
That's
better than the way we
Rocky
had.
Mountain Way. And he had the slider.
Right. Now, what's the other? Now, think of that guy's name.
But not the John Denver one.
No. Rocky Mountain Way.
That's high.
Yeah, that's high. Way.
Why is that high? Because you're high.
W.A.
Joe Walsh?
Yeah, Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh, yeah.
Now, Preston, Joe Walsh. The song, not Rocky Mountain Way, but the other one. Life's been good to me so far.
Life's been good.
Listen to the beginning of that, like oh shit. Wednesday night.
This guy can play now.
It's a great fucking show. Yeah, we'll close with this. Anyway, brother. I'm happy that you can make it up to the show tonight.
I was happy when you called me the other day. I was sitting, your phone rang. Oh, Chris, it's Joey. Is Joey going to kill this call? You know, like, I'll call you back. Joey, what's up? You know, you invite me on. And it's like, normally I'm just fucking mad. It's like, you know, I would have canceled something to be here with you tonight, Joey. You're one of my favorite people. We always get along. We always have a good time.
I always see you on the flights and stuff. I don't stay for the UFC. Ever since I had the baby, it's tough for me to sit.
Joey, you're a dad.
It's tough for me to justify. Yeah, for me to tell my wife that she's not going to say nothing. I mean, it's just me. It's my own personal. I don't like this stuff. I'm like with Joe on Friday, and then stay Saturday. I know that she likes a little yoga on Saturday. You know, give her an hour to go get a coffee, get some shoes. The baby's 3.5. I don't mind watching. I think I go to the park and shit. So when I go to those UFCs, I get the fuck out of there at 6. I'm with Burbank at 7:30, so she can catch 9 a.m. yoga. You know. That's what you gotta do.
I think that's beautiful.
That's what you gotta do.
You take care of your.
And you know what? I come home and I watch the UFC. How many UFCs have I been? 25, 30 years. How do I get the fucking top one? I'm very happy. I'm content. I saw really good fighters. I saw Chuck Liddell smack the fuck out of 22,000 people.
You
know what?
okay.
You know, than any big UFC.
Ain't put
That's what you want to go to.
Yeah, but like,
You know, you don't want to go there. So, nice to have choices. Relax. You're your child. You're lady. That's what life's all about, man. Family. Amelia. You have to make sacrifice. A couple weeks ago, Black Sabbath.
and I am. And they ask me, I tell them, Mr. Rockefeller.
So Monday I had to be, and it worked out. It was a great podcast. You know what? Every fucking final tour, they always come around one more time.
Yeah, I know.
They always do one that the accountants go, do you know what we finally made?
Stones are in their 70s, aren't they?
Yes. Now the Stones did last weekend and this weekend coming. That's what you're telling me.
The Stones really playing Cuba?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I saw that. I forget. I saw a clip on like a documentary. I can't believe that must have been crazy.
Stones are out there. They're not, you want to say to yourself, I'm getting old. Then you look at the Stones, and then you look at, I think Rogan posted a video of Mick Jagger. doing a workout at 70 years old.
Oh yeah,
Dancing workout, routines and moving his hips and whatnot.
that's why he keeps going. He took care of himself.
Yeah. You know, when I did grudge match with De Niro, for an hour a day before everything for the last 30 years, De Niro does an hour of jumping jacks, calisthenics, push-ups, stretches.
He's in incredible shape.
And that's
Unbelievable shape when you're looking at him. He was 71, I think, a grudge match.
yeah.
And
And I remember talking to his trainer, and he's been with the same trainer since the boxing movie, The Raging Bull.
Raging Bull. Look at the shape he got in the Raging Bull. Look at the shape he was in even older when he was in Cape Fear. I mean, you know, he's such an amazing actor.
You know what, man? That guy, I grew up on it.
Me too.
There's no way to look past that. I grew up on that, man. That's a fucking weird thing to say. Like, you grew up on that fucking. He's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Me too. Absolutely. You think of other actors who are like that. Ones that I disrespect.
I grew up on Pacino. I grew up on Charles Bronson. You know, when I got to New York City from Cuba, Charles Bronson was just about to slap people. I don't remember The Great Escape and the other one with the 12 guys, the one with the 7 guys.
Oh, the Dirty Dozen.
The Dirty Dozen, the other one with the 7 guys, and he played one of the fucking slingers with Steve
That was
McQueen.
Steve McQueen. That was called The Magnificent Seven. They
Magnificent
just
Seven.
did the remake of it. Came out.
They should all be shot in hell. They should all be shot in hell.
For remaking.
Remaking that fucking movie. I jumped on the movie that got me that Charles Bronson made. I don't know what it's in my DNA.
Tell me what it's about. I'll tell you one that got mine was Hard Times, where he played the bare knuckle boxer.
Well, Hard Times was one of those movies. The movie that got me, the first one, was Death Wish. Because Death Wish, the rape scene is so fucking horrific.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
As I watched it, I had to be a 10-year-old child.
At that time, it's
It was brutal, or it's whatever. It was Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum was one of the thugs, right?
rapers. And that scene, so when Charles Bronson started doing that, even at my early Catholic prude age, I was like, okay, I get what Charles Bronson's doing and I approve it. You know, like let him go shoot people, an eye for an eye. His wife died, his daughter's in an insane asylum, an eye for a fucking eye, you know. And that was the first one. Hard Times was another one that got me. The Mechanic got me. Stone Killer got me. Whatever that
Stone Killer.
Stone Killer got me. The one with the watermelons got me.
He did a western called Shadow's Land.
Shadow's Land was one of the first ones in New York City. I remember still being a kid.
That was awesome. And, you know, look at the body he had on him. Like 50.
We're not talking about that last night, about how with the shape he was in at 51 when he did The Mechanic. And
I'm going to tell you something funny about Charles Bronson. He lived in Malibu when I was a kid. And
Dude, you talk about
when he
Malibu.
died, he had Alzheimer's when he died. Sorry to say, pretty bad. But my parents' house in Trancas had caught fire, and they had to we had to fix it, right? So my dad went and stayed at this bed and breakfast in Point Doom out there, and he was right. My dad was right. So he just right, and he just called me. I just can't write. This guy's banging away next door all day morning, night, won't stop. So he goes out. Who walks out of the room? Charles Bronson. He said it was nonstop. All day long. He was having a little affair.
what year was this?
This goes back to 19. I'm going to say this is about 19. I would say like 82. 84. Yeah.
It was really great when you're like a second behind where you're supposed to be in the song. There should be like, I like that part the most.
That's what you had a big
There
stick.
was such thing as Viagra.
There was
back
no
then.
such thing as Viagra.
You either had it or you didn't.
Yeah, you either fucking lived and whip. Look at poor Lisa. These fucking eyes.
When you hear the word Viagra, you light up?
I haven't used Viagra. I have once tried to extend just because it was over the counter. I wasn't using it for the length, but
That's right. You had to make that disclaimer. You realize that, Joey.
What's that?
Not the motion, it's the ocean.
That's what
I thought the ocean was the motion.
that was years ago.
Who'd you give dick to that?
Huh?
Who'd you give dick to that?
Nice.
You didn't take it home and test it on yourself, did you?
No, it was years ago.
What does that have to do with the question?
No.
Your brother over in Africa.
Let's take It's okay to have sex
Tell
with a
all
girl
the
who's not
folks
your
and
girl.
egg white and Israel too.
My parents don't know.
Okay, what's that?
Yeah, you start with the
No, but
same
listen, if I know fucking lady, hey, what's going on?
If you miss it,
Oh, I did know
I feel sorry
Yeah,
for you.
I'm very biased.
That was great when you were like, oh, dog, OJ's.
But anyways, back to the point. I've talked about it on the show before. That before Paula, I had a couple years I was bigger, and I had like a lot of problems. I had problems getting it up when I was young. So that's why I brought it because I didn't want it to happen.
Are you worried about performance syndrome?
Yeah, I was in the middle of a dry spell. So yeah.
You're a bad motherfucker. Aren't you happy?
We've had a girlfriend for the majority of it, so no.
He's been a loyal.
He sounds very loyal. I like that. That's good. I like that.
He's got to be a loyal soldier over here. He can't have him running around banging women.
You don't want anybody other than a loyal soldier.
I'm going to do husbands and shit. Please give my wife stabbings. Tell him he's going to make her a podcast star. I don't need that shit in my life.
That'd be a tempting offer.
Buff, always a pleasure.
Always a
just
pleasure.
to fucking see you, you know?
Thanks,
Dude,
Jim.
they didn't talk at all about his career. They just talked about.
I go to Mexico City in 3 weeks, and then we
Really?
have a big
Yeah,
show
please be Joe Diaz.
in New York City.
So
Yeah.
Mexico City is the first
Oh,
week
it's just a
of
random one.
Yeah, first week in November, then
That's
Okay, I'm sure I'll
RFK
watch it.
against,
So, like,
that's Rafael dos Anjos, and
that's a fucking tremendous
gosh,
fight.
pardon me, I don't remember.
Greg.
You know,
Yeah. They kept from San Diego.
any of these people I know.
Eddie Bravo's buddy. That kid's a tough fucking kid.
yeah, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a
Blanking
blank.
also.
Like, you know what it is? I'm so happy
Oh,
to be
shit.
just like I really get into the fight because it's hard for me to think 3 fights ahead. I got to go fight.
Oh, Eddie
Yeah,
Bravo's
yeah,
on here?
yeah.
Oh, it's on
I tell
like
people.
Donkey Kong.
This show is brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is always the first place I go when I'm looking for tickets.
What was that? Dude, I bet that was a phone.
And they're offering our listeners a $20 rebate off of their first SeatGeek purchase. To get the $20 rebate, you download the free SeatGeek app. You go to the settings tab, click add a promo code, and use promo code CHURCH, and SeatGeek will send you $20 after you've made your first ticket purchase. That's download the free SeatGeek app and enter promo code CHURCH today. The show is also brought to you by Datsu
Do you
Sara.
ever just wish you were
Go to
dead?
dsgear.com and use code Joey to get 5% off of
Hey,
their
fast
extremely
forward for better
high-quality
TV.
functional gear that's made
no.
with hemp textiles. They have bags, skis, rash guards, and much, much more.
Are you done?
It's dsgear.com and use code word Joey to save 5% off and use code word on it. And I'll go to onit.com and use code word church to save 10%
Yo,
on all their great optimization products like Alpha Brain, New Mood Immune, and Sugar Text.
Alpha Brain. Tangerine.
Monday night, early Monday morning. A little kiss for you cocksuckers. A little kiss for a little disco. Couple teams a little bit. Ace throwing 8 living.
You're not even close. You're not even close, kid. Hey, Spooky.
Tonight, I want to stick it in your eyes. I love it. The church bitches. Sunday, Monday, July 11th. It's a whole new fucking week. It's a straight week. There's no fucked up holiday on Monday. You're walking around Wednesday, thinking it's Thursday. Fucking Vegas, driving back, signing autographs.
Dylan is better. Oh, the song is great. It's ruined.
Vegas great this weekend.
This fun is short. You know, I mean, I went.
None of these are good.
How was it this year?
It was good. Yeah, it's growing. It's bigger and bigger. They have wrestling tournaments, kickboxing tournaments, and MMA events going on. You know what I mean? Or Coachella. It's just like giant. They had
Yeah, Doug,
tournament going on with
you were Deion Warren at your way to the
they had
end of
like
the world.
an 8-man school fight league too. They had karate tournaments. It was fucking huge. It was crazy.
I was gonna fly in Thursday on Friday morning. Then I go to the doctor at 15. But I wanted to walk around. I just wanted to see. It wasn't even the fighters, just the other shit. Wow. I thought, come on, no fucking way. Wow. Whatever. Shit. I didn't see. I used to go to watch every fucking Saturday. Just sit there and drool.
The moment I pick up
Then they saw just started with the shark.
say a little prayer for you.
Then, like a thing that closes. Candles on
Together, it's how it must be to live without you.
I have not tried this paper with the rubber with the foam kind. I never got one again. Good ones. What about? I guess it was a collie stick. When I did Taekwondo, my master had like a huge long wood.
Kid.
They could just whack us with it. We were doing something wrong.
You're crazy.
Like that was the best. Like that's what I wanted.
Forever, and stay in my heart, and I will never. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only mean heartbreak for me.
which is just a violation.
Believe me, for me there is no one but you. Oh, your voice is just terrible, dog. Yo, dog, that was really great. We did not be on board.
I don't know what the fucking movie is. Don't quote me. Joey, you're wrong. I don't know. One of those is a movie. Bruce Lee's evil. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching when he goes and he's watching the Japanese
What
guy
is
train.
this?
He's watching the Russian train. And now I see
fuck is this?
kill.
What is it?
Periscope, and I put him on the show.
Yo.
Eddie Bravo is one of the greatest martial art fighters.
Warwick,
He goes through 40
walk on by.
You understand me? But he says a line that is so
That's what friends are for. Keep shining. Knowing you can always count on me. There you go, kid. Knowing you can always count on me. For sure. That's what friends are for.
he comes outside.
In good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore.
Correctly and spin. And he
No,
goes in,
no,
goes
you
to
don't.
Fight the
Most
master.
hookers you've ever met.
Master.
How about this
When
one?
he took those new checks, I had
Rate your
goosebumps and
looks.
tears in my eyes.
10.
Because I remember
Is
those
another
things.
Deion Ward. Walk on by.
Like, it's very hard to describe as an old man, but I feel proud that I saw it. Like, he put the new checks
Do it
out
with
on
that.
Friday,
Okay.
and by Monday,
Do you see
motherfuckers had new
me
checks.
rocking
Not the fucking good ones
and I
either.
start to
Some of them
cry
made ones.
each time we leave.
You take a broom,
Walk on
you cut it,
by.
measure it completely even, and you screw the high hook into the fucking thing on top, and you get a little 6-inch chain, and you start practicing. That's a whole thing.
The
Fucking, put that fight scene on YouTube.
down and cry.
You gotta go and go back. I'll tell you
That was
what.
part 3. Maybe that was part 1.
Right here, the fourth one, Chinese Connection fight scene. Okay, guys, this is something that just look at. They gave him a picture that said "Sick Man of Asia,"
That one was great because it was like
and he walks
you
back
thought
to
it
the
was another
fucking
verse.
Japanese
It
school,
was really
and
good.
he says, "Take this fucking from me now."
You got any more
Kick the
Deion
volume
Ward,
on
kid?
this.
Yo, dog. I'd love for you to play some Deion Ward. Oh,
It's
no.
based in the 40s when Japanese oppressed the Chinese.
What's this one? Oh, yeah. Cool, dude.
Now, any problem to you? You're like, Joey, why are you making me watch that? Because
No, I want to watch.
I want you to put yourself in 1971. Okay, nobody.
Here we go. Do you know the way to San Jose? I'll be in Rachel. The way to San Jose.
They're the guy that overdubbed.
I make
This is something that these movies cost maybe 50,000 to make in Thailand. They made millions of this.
This guy's way.
The fight scene itself, I saw on a Wednesday in Catholic school. It was coming out Friday. This was the trailer doing Happy Days. And I lost my mind in Catholic school.
How old were you?
8.
Oh yeah, of course.
Lost my
You
fucking
know
mind.
the way
When
to
they
San
picked me up,
Jose.
they asked
I've
what I
been
wanted to do
way
that
so
weekend.
long.
This.
I've been way.
The movie theater was
You know
packed.
the way to San Jose.
Like everybody got to see this. Not just Mr. Fury's a first.
I don't know what I'm saying.
It's kind of weird. This
That one was really good. Where you were like,
To this day, that shirt that he wears, it's one of the coolest outfits.
I'm studying with Rashad's father, and I'm seeing this shit. Are you kidding me?
Like you believe it. It's like that could happen.
Oh, I lost my fucking mind. Look at this. And he choreographed
oh,
everything.
try it this one.
Right here, look at this one. The money, right here. Oh shit! That's money right there. A double punch backwards.
Oh, when the sun goes down, it brings your car up on the roof.
Watch how it turns a dummy.
And your shoes get so hot,
But here you
you
go.
wish your
This is
tired
history,
feet
guys.
were
This is history
fireproof.
right here. Everybody in the movie
Under
theater
the
went, oh shit!
boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. That one was great where it was like, hey, dog.
Right now you're at the movie theater, your heart's bleeding, can't wait for this movie to end.
Fucking
So you can
cheers.
figure out how to get through it. You want to look at Black Belt magazine, you lost your fucking mind. That guy right there, that guy's name was John Reed. He was one of the best traditional Taekwondo guys in the time. Now, went home, you made this. And people figured out, wait
You know. I can see but you when you dance. Can't good enough on you. You just dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance.
Was it Bruce Lee?
Ain't no thing leaving soon. Dance. Let's just dance.
That's the story.
Let's see if we can find that. This is
Corrado,
Oh, I love that one.
oh shit.
Oh, keep Instagram open to finish posting.
Right before Bruce Lee died,
I
he
had a
said,
fucking
step aside, Bruce Lee.
meeting and you missed it.
And
Now you
make
got
way
food.
for Corrado, the Hong Kong cat.
Hong Kong or Hong Kong?
Whatever the fuck it is.
Look like Bruce Lee, kind of sound like Bruce Lee. We just changed one letter at the end, and they were hoping like Kiss. They hope that the masses won't even notice the difference. You know, like with Ace Frehley and with Peter Criss, they got Kiss. They're in town. They're not gonna have any idea. They're counting on that. Isn't that crazy? God.
Son of a preacher man, son of a bitch is more what it's like. I like how
He's got the same shirt and everything.
Crawl with both my legs, and I'll let you go. You're witty enough, but it's all under my legs. Well, you'll never walk. Go to hell.
I got his shit again.
Why are his hands in his pocket?
Oh, nice.
Fat ass.
These are the birds.
Oh my God, this is so bad.
That's what I want to do.
Worst shit ever.
You know, they just threw out There was a time period where they called it black exploitation. Well, they started putting these out. And when Bruce Lee died, they would put these out. Fuck ass animal. Keep going. I just want to see these.
It's gotta be. It's Corrado.
Listen, they could have made a fake Corrado too. You never fucking know with these people. These people were savages in the 70s, man.
Dude, this is news to me. I never heard of Corrado.
Bruce Lee opened up. Bruce Lee's death opened up every. See,
This is the German version.
Shop out wow.
that was it. I was not one of the ones that got you. One of my funniest Eddie's conversations ever was about 10 years ago. About the guy who pitched Game of Death 4. Like the balls on that guy. What are you doing? We don't want to waste your time today. We have an idea for Game of Death 4. Listen, Game of Death 2 made $2 million and Game of Death 3 made $10 million. This we're going to use a black guy and put Bruce Lee's face over it. That sounds interesting. What is your production value? About $22.50. Because that's what's going to cost to shoot that. They ended up shooting like 8 Game of Deaths.
That's crazy. The first one was crazy enough.
Let me tell you something. The first Game of Death is one of the worst movies ever seen in your fucking life.
Yes.
You know, there's different reports that he started losing his mind towards the end. You know, like little things. And when you watch that movie, it solidifies that.
Well, Bruce Lee was actually only in the last scene. The scene where he fights Abdul-Jabbar and Danny Asano, and he goes up from level. He had shot that, then he died, and they wanted him. They had 1/10 of the movie, and they figured, you know what, we could do this. We could put this shit out. He died in '73. Game of Death came out in 1977. They had a fake Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a fake Bruce Lee to play the whole movie except the end. The real Bruce Lee comes in. It was pretty fucking.
It was fucking embarrassing. It was fucking, in my world, it was fucking.
Find Game of Death. That'd be better because you could see the fake Bruce Lee.
This reef is kicking tonight. Shit. I can't believe I gotta be in surgery in fucking 11 hours. God damn it. For some reason, I'm scared of this fucking surgery, dude. I think this is the game.
No, this is. Yeah, he's actually in this. Can you find the movie Game of Death?
You want like the whole thing?
Let's see what we got. Because what they're doing is they're actually showing. Yeah, right there, that Bruce Lee Game of Death, right there. Yeah. Look what he's dead for 4 years, and they decided. They open the movie with the scene with Chuck Norris dragon, and then it turns out that this movie Game of Death is about like Bruce Lee, like a superstar Asian action film star, and he's filming here, and then they say cut. They'll say cut, and then they were filming this scene, and all of a sudden it's not Bruce Lee anymore, and you see like some other Bruce Lee lookalike walk away. Watch, check this out.
If you go like that, and then you just take this. No more.
Is that Bruce Lee? It was Bruce Lee, but is that Bruce Lee?
No.
Fuck no, it's not.
No.
No, that's how they decide. That's how they decided to make the movie. That's Bruce Lee. That's Bruce Lee, and then they're gonna cut back. Watch, they cut back, and it's the fake one. Or they'll show. See, that's the fake one. He looks up. They don't get a good shot of his face. They never really. They always shoot around that dude's face, and then check this scene out. So now the fake Bruce Lee walks away, and now he goes by the crew, and he's going to go to his trailer and check out. They put a picture of Bruce Lee's face on this dude and has a conversation with some dude. Let's check this out. This is the craziest scene of all time. Fake Bruce Lee. He's going to go to his trailer.
Yo, dog.
Watch.
Yo, you are.
That's real Bruce Lee.
That's sick.
real Bruce Lee.
This is real
see
Mikey
how that-
Rothschild. Oh, and Mikey Rothschild.
Now, fake Bruce Lee. That's a fake one.
Like,
And that guy's a famous American actor. I forget his name. but that's the real Bruce Lee from another movie. They spliced. That's another
Oh
movie.
my god, it's so
It's another movie.
fucking embarrassing.
Look at the pictures right here. This is gonna be insane. Can you turn it up a
You know
little
what this reminds me of?
Watch.
Stuff.
Let's talk about this. About what?
Their lead guitarist was
Yo, what the fuck? What, banned from all these?
Real Bruce Lee, another movie.
actually known as
Ice.
wow,
Space N.
Another movie. Still, that's the real Bruce.
What the fuck?
Fake
Get the
Bruce Lee.
hell out of here.
This is just awful. Just
Wait,
god
wait,
awful.
hold on. Wait, the money shot is coming up.
Well,
That's a picture of Bruce Lee.
No
That's a
shit.
picture
No
of Bruce
shit. That's him with Mr. Fucking Fury.
Exactly.
They just showed two different pictures of him with two different haircuts. This is something that only a fucking... And the word got out right away. When people left Friday night, they're like, don't go see it.
Different movie, and then now that's fake Bruce Lee.
It is something that... And they did 2 or 3 more after
Yeah.
that with the fake Bruce Lee. And the poor people who went to see it. Listen, man, I don't never forget. In time, there's no internet. It wasn't in the newspapers, so we actually had to go to Chinatown. And in Chinatown, is where we found out Bruce Lee was dead. And they actually had the newspapers with
Oh
the
my god.
caskets. And then they were selling these 10 packs of pictures. So for $4, you got 10 boycotted pictures. The Chinese never flopped. It was like Bruce Lee, 2 pictures from each movie, and 2 pictures from the casket. One with him, you can see the casket. The other
Fuck.
Steve McQueen, James Coleman carrying the fucking casket.
Yeah.
This guy's name after he fucking died. They made so many fucking movies. You know, when you go to Blockbuster, you see boxes and they actually
Space
say
N.
the real Bruce Lee. And you sit there and go, how the fuck are these people get away with it? But millions of people fall for that shit, man.
I was 7 when that came out. I didn't know. A kid can't tell.
No.
Kids can't tell. That was made for kids. That wasn't made for kids.
That was made to beat fucking adults. That wasn't made for kids. That was made to beat fucking adults. They figured 100 adults go to the movie theater. That's what they pray. And you know what? In those days, there was no computerized ticketing. So I could tell you 50 people came and steal 25 tickets. It wasn't like it is now. In those days, you gave me cash. I put you register. I gave you a ticket. And I gave you Frankie or something.
I'd love to see a documentary on the making of King's death. That would be terrible.
They had a bunch of shit. They had a bunch of shit.
Maybe they do that.
You know, he did Enter the Dragon. But part of the deal was that they gave him all these movies for him to produce and direct. Yeah, but he was losing it. None of the parts that he's in Game of Death are really fucking Academy Award. By that time, he was doing the voice too much. He was doing the cat too much. He was starting to do a different cat. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Bruce? You're killing me. But you know what, man? It's like Leonard Skinner. Bruce Lee be good.
Was the martial arts still good? Were the fight scenes still good in the movies? Was it garbage like
Well,
that?
when End of the Dragon came out, that was his big movie. That was on Warner Brothers. That was his first big movie. Finally, he did Fist of Fury in Small Chinese Labor, Chinese Connection, Small Chinese Labor, Return of the Dragon. Now that the production's blowing up, so then Warner
But he
Brothers.
kills Chuck Norris. So
In Return of the Dragon.
everybody goes to see that. That's another one that you sit there and go, what the fuck am I watching? But he has some pretty good fight scenes. Doesn't kill him.
That whole movie, all the fight scenes, everything. He was the man. Then he dies. So he dies right before the movie comes out. So when the movie comes out,
It's fucking huge.
it's like the big.
That's the first movie I went to that was a line. Like by that time, there was a line. Look for the fight scene in the tunnel before Mom catches him. He breaks out. He uses every weapon known to mankind. He starts with the bow. He gets the fucking sticks that Lee talked about, and he gets the new chucks. That's all great and dandy. Yeah, no, I was home and it was on, and I watched the. I had to go to a spot, but I watched the first couple minutes. Right there with O'Hara, right there. Baddest fight scene ever. You're not even gonna remember this thing now. It's 1973. This guy, this white dude, rapes his sister. Put this on loud. Put the volume on. Watch this. Watch Bruce Lee's look on his face when he finds out who he's gonna fight. This guy raped his sister and she killed herself. Look at his fucking face.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this guy actually knocks on his door and says, "Bring your uniform," or whatever. And Bruce Lee told him outside. Another classic line. Now you're in the movie theater. I'm 10 when this came out. I'm a green belt in karate, and the whole school was there with you.
Now he got to use his real voice. No overdubs.
Well, they had fun for this. Watch his hands, Lee.
What shot?
That's he can't even fucking believe this guy's still alive. Bob Wall. Cut the house and tell you story.
Damn.
Same fucking movie.
Like the scene, the way it's going down.
Blocks him with a fucking elbow when he blocks. Here we go, Lee. Watch.
Look at this.
Stop looking at the thing.
Oh,
Look at this. This is 1973, people. You're at the movie theater going fucking bananas now.
that was one of the greatest kicks of all time. Oh, hell.
But when he gets him with the spinning back kick right here, don't watch me, Lee. Watch the spinning back kick, kid. Watch this, Lee. Textbook. Bam! Are you fucking kidding me? This guy's getting smacked around in front of his fucking arms. Another one.
He's getting bitch slapped with 10 sidekicks.
Oh, you know what happens to the inside, Lee? If somebody gets you, one of the guys sitting down broke his arm. But here it is. Here's pure Steve McQueen.
Someone just dropped it.
Jesus.
Well, they didn't have thermoses. They had water bottles in those days. Look at this crazy fuck. Ooh, there goes the elbow. Oh, there goes the equilibrium and the ear.
That's this shot right here. That's the look.
You just lost your mind at the movie theater. Your head exploded. No, there was no weed necessary.
Nobody could do kung fu like this.
No. Don't have weed
His
necessary.
acting was fucking awesome. His fight scenes, all
But now he looks at this motherfucker now. Look at him. What? What the fuck do you want eyeballing me, son? Who's the best? Diesel. Under the arm. Diesel right here.
O'Hara's treachery has disgraced us.
that stands the test of motherfucking time
Bro,
right
it
there.
kills you. It
God,
gets you.
the way he walked when he broke the way he walked to him, like he's just like I'm like a father, you know what I mean? Like
He just looked at him and said, "You're not fucking serious, are you?" You're really not serious. I just fucked you up and let you live. You're gonna bust 2 bottles. It was just sensational. He was dead a week before in the street, and it was a fucking masterpiece. I'd seen that movie or the cinema. The cinema didn't happen. We even wanted to see it. It was at the cinema. We didn't see that movie. It was on right here. All the movies had Spanish translations. The movies were in English, Spanish.
All the guys that came after him sucked so bad in the movies, nobody fucking owns them. You could film whatever you want with those shitty kung fu movies, all those Bruce Lee rip-off movies. They're worth nothing. Worth nothing. Public domain, all of those.
They shot Eddie. I remember going to Puerto Rico in 1973, a couple of weeks after Bruce Lee died. Me and this kid named Jimmy Crespo. My parents were friends, and both our families went. But him and I had the same agenda every day. We went to the fucking beach. We went home. We ate. We took a nap, and we caught a fucking kung fu man there. We saw, man, we were down there 9 days. We saw a different kung fu movie every fucking day. That's how popular they were. They were coming out by the bundles, even more so than the American movies. My favorite was.
I don't remember.
Okay.
The only I remember,
Jesus,
the man, master of the flying guillotine. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
That's the only thing I remember.
Sonny Chiba put a couple crazy ones out for a while. He was eating people's tongues and shit like that. Sonny Chiba.
Do you remember Kill or Be Killed by something Ryan? Like there was they're trying to bust out another Chuck Norris, some white guy. The movie's called Kill or Be Killed.
And Chuck Norris, his first 3 or 4 movies were not bad guys. Good Men Wear Black.
Chuck Norris
Not
was legit.
bad.
He transcended and started doing like
You know what is
missing in action and shit like that.
Missing in Action. I'll tell you what his favorite movie was. Cold Silence.
Chuck Norris was fucking
That
legit.
is Farina, yeah, with a crazy drug dealer, give people Colombian neckties. The mom was involved. Great story, 1984. I don't know what happened. People playing from time to time. Cold Silence, Chuck Norris. Yeah, that was it for me, Eddie.
Chuck Norris has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, through the Machados. His karate association is giant, and all the black belts are required to do jiu-jitsu. That's how evolutionary he is.
Well, what happened with Chuck Norris was he was involved with something called Tang Sudo. It was Tang Sudo. When the Koreans said when they got into it, then he took Tang Sudo, and the other guys took the Foodporn section of it. It's the same stuff, basically. When I moved to Colorado, one of the first guys I went to Colorado Mountain College, when you went to the classroom representing Chuck Norris, they had been the originators of that style when they broke apart.
Yeah, Bruce Lee was originally a Wing Chun guy. He was a traditional martial artist, and in Wing Chun, they generally don't believe in kicking to the head because, for whatever reason, you can get off balance and fall to the ground. So they like kicking low, and that's what Bruce Lee was about. And when you met Chuck Norris, he's Tang Sudo, and Tang Sudo is basically. And Chuck Norris was responsible for it. Chuck Norris said, hey man, if you can kick the head, why not kick the motherfucking head? You land one shot in the head, that's a grand slam right there. Why not have grand slams in your chamber? You know what I mean? Like, why? You understand, especially like even in the UFC, there's a lot of guys that never kick high. They want to stay standing. They don't want to take any chance because they know if they kick high and they fuck up and the guy kicks them down, that could be the whole fight. Kick wide, you know what I mean? So a lot of guys never throw head kicks, or rarely. There's a bunch of current huge UFC stars that just won't throw to the head, and that's the way Bruce Lee was. And until Chuck Norris convinced him to.
Well, if you want to do TV and film, you have to kick to the head.
Yeah.
For the effect. Nobody wants to see 6 body shots. Well, the guy's getting up.
Well, that's exactly.
They want to see mouth.
But I'm talking about personally for his style.
Right.
Because in the movies, Bruce Lee was always throwing head kicks.
Right, he was always throwing head
Yeah, and that pissed off a lot of his original students, because his original students came from the school that Bruce Lee was teaching that don't kick to the head and don't do fancy shit. It was all about just face. That's the opening. Elbow to the face. So it should be a done deal. If he's not done with the first 2 or 3 shots, your style sucks. It's basically what the original was. But then once he started doing movies and doing all sorts of shit that he preached against, is a written mirror or a headbutt to the face. They
It's
want
really
some crazy
crazy.
shit.
Yeah. You see the old, really good Kempo guys. They block you, and then they throw a short kick in your thigh. That short kick, they step in. So that movement is really not wasted. You follow me. I'm boxing.
Say
I'm boxing. I see you. I can count it. I'm going to throw a punch.
Hey,
But when I'm throwing a punch, I'm throwing a kick low.
stand by day,
High,
turn around, watch the
the
night.
kick they have.
All day.
And then even like it's a slap kick to go and to move your hands, and that's Wing Chun. They move your hand and just pound pro and then get out real quick.
I like how
But to
shitty
start and get out, it's a
little
little
things,
leg
right?
kick that you actually,
Yeah, hey,
sometimes it throws you off. You don't expect it to.
I'm very torn, and I want to understand how much of it is nostalgia, because the everything's bad, direction, acting. It's
Some movies,
it's not
I see what you're saying.
entertaining.
Some movies do stand the test of time, and Enter the Dragon is when it's like a production.
Yeah, but there's a difference between like standing the test of time, and these are just like,
Go have stuff like a
I
dog.
guess maybe it's because they're from
That's true.
No,
China.
Enter the Dragon. Watch, you know what? Watch Enter the Dragon, and then
No.
This movie.
Watch Fist of Fury first.
Okay,
And watch his uncle fucking already punched him in the States.
okay.
After Chinese Connection,
Look at this. Really?
and now Americans are sitting there and falling at the mouth. It still drops. The Dragon was so big it made it to HBO later.
and then it ended up being called Return of the Dragon.
And then he ever turned the Dragon.
But Enter the Dragon's better than all that.
And
All that
then
other shit was like the
and
first
then
couple.
he it's like Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns. You could not dismiss his spaghetti westerns. They're classic spaghetti westerns. You know, that he had nothing to lose. And if you ever have, like you like watching fucking, you'll sit there and watch Orange is the New Black for 9 hours.
Right, yeah.
If I have 9 hours, like this week I have 22 hours to watch TV. And if Hang 'em High, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, or one of those films comes on, I will watch and I will run out to the balcony, smoke dope, even if it's on AMC with commercial, because I have the time. There's nowhere I could go with straws in my nose. Those movies are so, you know, you have to do, it's white belt shit, but you have to watch it to understand what he did later on. That's why there's so many people that love The Unforgiven. I'm an outlaw Josie Wales guy. That's a Warner Brothers film. You follow me? So, and at this time, he had put on, this is when they were shooting westerns all the fucking time. Jesus Christ. You can't get out that way, Eddie. Yeah, this is when you know, he was, what's that word people use? Well, you don't want to be torn into something the same as hell. And then he picked up the fucking, whatever's. Then he picked up the fucking, the Dirty Harry thing. And then he went back to like the Outlaw Josie Wales. Outlaw Josie Wales like 76. Then in 80 something he put out The Unforgiven. So if you watch The Unforgiven, it's great. But if you watch those early films, you know, all that early shit he did, that was brilliant stuff. Like, it just takes patience. And a woman's not gonna watch me. It doesn't really matter. You order Chinese, you get 2 different dishes, you get a couple appetizers, you get a couple cans of fucking soda, a gallon of water, and you put the food on the stove, and you put on these 3 films. Then you really watch what what a great job they did. The same thing happened with Bruce Lee. Okay, Bruce Lee. And then they came to him with another idea for a show. But a man that travels all the rest of the country. And the word on the street was Bruce Lee was going to get a TV show. And at the end of the show, he's going to do Kung Fu. Guess what happened at the end? That was a situation. They didn't want to commit, so they got a white guy to play it. And that broke Bruce Lee's heart. So Bruce Lee ended up getting a deal to make a show that was released as the big boss. To us, it was released as Fist of Fury. And it's a really good film, but I feel the Chinese Connection was a lot better. The Chinese Connection came out. That was it.
Yo, dog. Discord.
Why do you think they don't make these movies anymore? Is it they don't have the
Because
source
they don't
or
have the,
Look at this sickness.
believe
You're
this.
so sick.
These were independent films. The 3 spaghetti westerns, the 4 he made, were independent films.
right?
The 4 movies Bruce Lee made, 3 before Enter the Dragon, were independent films.
Okay.
So do you understand? It was a different time. It was a different place for this type of shit. It wasn't about budgets and whatever. On the other side, on the other hand,
Yeah.
the United States. What are you doing, Lee? What are you looking for? You make me nervous. What are you looking for?
I'm just turning that microphone.
The United States at that time is releasing some of the greatest films they've released in the history of cinema.
Right.
The first 5 years of '75 are some of the greatest films released in cinema.
Yeah.
From The Godfather to Deer Hunter and Taxi Driver came later on in '78 and '79. So here's Bruce Lee fighting.
Yoshi, what's this one?
70 to 73, 74.
So he's going up against major.
He was one of the major films. Now, when he came out with the United States, when he came out with Warner Brothers, it was a completely different game. Getting hundreds of millions of dollars of advertising. People were waiting for Bruce Lee. And all of a sudden, the word got out he died, which made the fucking movie even bigger. 10 days away from that.
But to answer your question, I know where you're coming from. If you didn't grow up a Bruce Lee fan, Fist of Fury, Chinese Connection, Return of the Dragon, you're gonna see the shit production. You're gonna see it because you're just like you don't have there's not a nostalgic thing going on there. But Enter the Dragon, if you don't know Bruce Lee at all, that's the first thing you see. That stands the test of time. That's high quality production right there.
Right. Like, how could an 8-year-old boy not love this dude going in and just destroying an entire dojo?
When I came from Cuba, weekends, my mom always did things. She always did different things, and then we go back to the bar. I still remember being a little boy and stopping at a gas station. In those days, go. At gas station, go.
Yeah.
You got a notebook. And every time you go in and got gas, they give you a coin. If you fill the fucking notebook up with coins, you got something. I don't think you forget when I got those coins. I just don't remember going to the as a 4 or 5-year-old.
Yeah, before he made his movies, he actually had an American show, The Green Hornet. He was a sidekick. He was like Batman and Robin. He was Robin on The Green Hornet. And then once that show got canceled real quick, maybe 2 seasons, it got canceled. So then he went to China to
That's when they approached him.
Because in China, the fact that there was a Chinese guy on an American show,
They know who he was.
he was huge in China. They had no idea. From a shitty little show to this fucking huge show.
He was a hero.
He shows up in China, and that's when the movie.
What's it called?
Raymond Chow.
Raymond Chow.
He said, signed up. And the first movie, he was supposed to be a co-star. First movie, he wasn't the main guy. But after a couple weeks of filming it, he just fucking took over camera work and fight choreography. So the producer said, okay, we're going to go over there. Oh shit, that's the motherfucking man. So they redid everything, and then from that ascension to.
You see how people the outside
Right.
They would appreciate them, but it's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu thing. People hate them. Brazilian culture. Well, the same thing happened. I said, that's why they did Los Angeles. He represented. And it didn't start changing until after Vietnam. And that's a job of travesty.
Yo, dog.
But when I go to VA, there's like a lot of, so like 10 years ago, a lot of Korean he had Shaft, Vietnam, and black people had Shaft.
Chico and the man.
Just 20 men came in 78, 79, 77. The rates were just the same as any other representative. But back in the day, they were just expected to assimilate. He represented something else. But what else? The other thing you saw was martial arts became fucking huge. Like I saw a magazine, Black Belt, go for 30 pages. You know, like now, people in judo school, schools, karate schools, I go to those schools. Nobody was still at the Taekwondo was that dude down in Florida. They charge 85 instead of 100. Not even. Bullshit. I think I paid 50. But it made everything more better. It's funny because they're calling my gym boys. It's my neighborhood. Looks like any of those guys. Not everybody went to the same karate school. So, man, we had a good job. This other kid
What the fuck?
I went to Goshen. Went along for white belt. Goshen. Went along for white belt. I really believe that. The Chinese kid. His last name was somebody played your phone from their school, like on Mondays, you take something. And on Wednesday, you would take something. So we'd all learn something from school. And then after about an hour at it was on. It was on really 12 and 13, you don't feel anything. It was
Fight Club.
It was a fight club without black eyes and shit like that. You know, what happened is you would be like sparring.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, Eddie would kick me up the
Yo,
The mouth guards.
mouth guards.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mouth guards. No.
uh-huh.
Black dude. That taught us a lot. That was as crazy as it
Yes.
Technology, never served a day, never was a trial. There was not a single Japanese soldier that was brought to trial for any of their crimes, right? And we did get it, totally respect that, but we also brought a lot of arrested, and look at what the German, like, civilians went after for war. There's a lot of people that had no idea what was really going on. In Japan, they all knew. As a matter of fact, they all contributed to the society, and they did not care. So I just found that interesting. Why do you think that is? Is that Germany got like all the blame, and Japan completely didn't have not even a single trial? What do you think that is?
There was Japanese aliens on Lake Island that were building, improving the airstrip, building building fortifications and stuff. There was like 100 of them, and the he basically tortured.
How crazy is it that even during that time in Brazil, jiu-jitsu was huge. Also, I mean, the whole.
On the line and kind of went around at the island hopping campaign, but they bombed the shit out of that island like every week for a couple of years, and a few of the American civilians were killed.
Why does it have all this shit?
The majority of them lived, but at one point he started executing.
From the 20s on, really, those Brazilian jiu-jitsu scene going on, and the
you know why Apple, or from like a user perspective, you don't have all this bullshit going on.
Convicts from the war that escaped justice. There was some Germans that escaped justice, but like
A lot of justice.
like Germany, I have there was one of my doctors at the VA. He's probably retired now, but he was a military American doctor over there in the 60s, and he said like everybody, all the civilians that were in the age were just running around with PTSD because Germany, all their cities were just bombed and smithereens, lights and stuff, and but like the Americans when they bombed Germany, they did some pretty, and the British, they did some pretty evil crap. They set these time delay bombs that would go off like 2 hours later. You know, they had all different times on them, up to like a day or two or a week later. And some of those bombs are still over there and haven't went off. And every like year or so you hear
Why
about
is that
going
one
off.
for? Like it doesn't make any
That was pretty evil. I mean, because the civilians were going in to try to rescue their loved ones and stuff, and then they get blown up. They think the raid was over.
no, that's true.
What people need to realize is that the Russians were preparing to invade Europe, and the Germans knew it. I'm not justifying anything the Germans did, but in the 1920s, during the Weimar Republic, after the Treaty of Versailles, when Versailles, when the German police and military was so weak, the communists were sending in leftist agitators, and they were beating civilians, fighting on the streets, infiltrating their politics and trying to turn Germany communist that way. And that gave rise to Hitler and the brown shirts to defend the civilians, like the World War I veterans joined the brown shirts and stuff to defend the civilians against. I saw a video by a Russian spy that he's like 80 or 90 now, and he brought out all these pictures of these offensive weapons that Stalin had built, like tanks that could go underwater, and they were meant for offensive purposes. And like, it was only had 6,000. I mean, the Russians were preparing to invade Europe, so in like the story of World War II in Europe, you know, the victors write the history. So yeah, you're right there.
Authorities, you're correct. I meant that they were here at Hito and never had a same trial.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know. Okay, you just hit me somewhere where I had no clue. That means basically China's going to take Japan and we are in an immediate war.
Yes.
Really quick, most Americans, I know some things I don't know others. But I don't think a lot of America really understands this point in general, which is why we're getting away with so much bullshit with like taunting, China and fucking around with Russia. Like I don't think people really understand the magnitude because they lack the knowledge of history. Like I appreciate that. It's the worst thing you can ever do is just get treated straight because you're too irritated to shit. We can just recognize it and destroy a 30,000 rounds of ammunition. Soviet Union. That's how bad they were. Think carefully. Think what a Go ahead.
Yo, dog. The fuck is this thing? Welcome back. What the fuck?
Okay, beautiful. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm listening. You're talking to me. Thank you. So I was just looking at the reparations that were paid out for Japan after World War II. I just find it very interesting that the reparations that were paid out were 550 million, 198 billion yen were made in the Philippines, and at US 39 billion, and this is their that time money, right? So 1940s, late 40s. 14.04 billion to Vietnam. I wonder if Paul went over and we had that war that we had in Vietnam. I wonder what happened to that part.
We poison the crap out of that with its foliage. Like we need to think these children.
Very similar to Forcing.
Yeah, that's the same company that did the glyphosate and it's the same exact company. Yes, right.
They're talking about money.
Take those bastards.
Bear also makes aspirin, Bear also makes children's bloodstone vitamins.
What's his name?
Children hemophilia, and it was causing them to have AIDS or cancer. Ditching the blood, and they sold it to other countries. Other countries, the head of other countries went to prison because of it. They gave it to other children. They literally voluntarily put it to death. The rest of the kids.
Didn't you already watch this one?
We sit there and talk about that.
This show is brought to you by MeUndies. MeUndies makes the best, most comfortable underwear, t-shirts, socks on the market, and all made with Modal fabric. Shipping is always free in the US and Canada, and you can save up to $8 a pair with the MeUndies subscription plan. You do that by going to MeUndies.com/Joey. That's MeUndies.com/Joey to get 20% off of your first order. This show is also brought to you by Blue Apron. Blue Apron sends gourmet recipes and all of the fresh ingredients you need to make them right to your door. Our listeners get their first 2 meals for free. Just go to BlueApron.com/Joey and start cooking incredible meals at home with Blue Apron. That's BlueApron.com/Joey. And the show is brought to you by Onnit.com. Go to Onnit.com and use code word church to save 10% on all of the great optimization products like Alpha Brain, New Mood, Shroom Tech Immune, and Shroom Tech Sport.
Oh, the third verse gets crazy. She fucking and she's crying. The bass player's like, fuck somebody.
Oh shit. You got me. I'm coming. Ain't no bad at all. Oh shit.
What's up?
It's the rooster, baby.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had the wrong song playing.
No shit. No shit. You threw the whole fucking patois off this shit.
I had the wrong song.
Doesn't matter. It's Sunday night special edition of church. You're gonna wake up Monday morning. You're gonna go, bam! There's a new motherfucking podcast with a rooster on it. Oh shit. Get that joint out of the ashtray. Who gives a fuck? We'll get another one at 5. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck? Burn that motherfucker down. You ain't going into that office straight. Put up with those fucking people talking about their weekend. I don't float. I don't give a fuck what you did. You beat somebody's ass. That's what it's all about, baby. Let's do this shit. Laughing kids. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, if you got some fucking sleeping pills, take them now. It don't get no better than this. What's up, Lisa?
I agree. We never even talked about it. I went and got the suits.
You went and got
I went and got the suits. So I had some suits this weekend. Went to Paula had a party for her law school. It was a lot of fun.
Bunch of young fucking criminals and shit in law school. Eddie Bravo in the house. Getting ready for EP6. So, when you joined John Jock, who was there? Who was the black belts for the big times? How many students did he have?
There were no black belts. It was just John Jock, Johnny Machado, Hagen Machado, Carlos Machado, Hodge Machado.
All up there.
The beginning was all 5.
Up at there, Tarzana.
No, actually, it was
when you
originally arrived. Can you imagine the 405 trying to make that 6 o'clock class in the Redondo Beach? Only
a fucking nightmare.
How long is that? That's going to take 2.5
hours at
hours.
least. Oh, I was going to say 2.
Come on, you're trying to get from Redondo. You're trying to get that 6 o'clock class. So they didn't want to make the drive, but then they would take turns. But on Wednesdays, they would all show up to Tarzana. You know what I mean? And that's where I went. I joined when they were making that trip to Tarzana on a Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday is like 50 people in class. They knew they were all going to show up. And then John Jock ended up, like everyone. Carlos went to Texas. Hodger actually quit jiu-jitsu for a little bit. I don't know what happened there, and then John Jock decided, hey, I'm just going to take that Tarzana school. I'm going to move out there. So he moved to the valley and took that shit. This is my shit. And Higgins stayed in Redondo. He kept that one. Carlos went to Texas. Johnny and Higgins were in Redondo for a while, and Johnny ended up opening up his own spot in Culver City for a while. And so at the end of the day, you can't have 5 chiefs in a school. You need your own school. Every black belt. Eventually, when it all comes down to it, you got to have your own school. You got your wife, your family, and
what is the process of that? Like, I wouldn't wonder. One day decide, I want to have a school, and it's like, do people tell you to do it? Like, how? It's kind of weird to even talk about starting a school.
You got to really want it. Some people are good enough to teach and are black belts, but they have other careers. Or, one of my black belts, Amir Alam, was fighting in EDI6. He's a seismologist, and he was training meanwhile he got his degree at USC, and now he studies earthquakes. So he doesn't want to open up his own school.
This was so
some people do it just for fun, but like it's the type of person to open up the schools was someone who wants to do it full. And I understand. I almost understand that they want to do it full time, but it's a weird. It would be like Joey opening up.
See, first off, I gotta give a lot of credit to Eddie. I gotta give anybody who was never blue belt or purple belt. Go, I'm pretty good at this. I'll open up the school. Because if you think of, what's helped martial arts for the last 20 years is that fucking computer. Because I don't even know my train of thought. I'm so fucking mad.
It's really easy to learn jiu-jitsu at a rapid pace online, like Instagram. I learn a lot of stuff on Instagram. Those little videos, and they loop. It's a perfect training tool for jiu-jitsu because the loop, that 15-second loop, you see a technique and you get to see it. You have to see it 15 to 20 times to ingrain it in your brain. There's so many things going on. You have 4 limbs. Every limb has a job. Your head has a job. Your hands have a job. And your legs. What are they all doing? No one's taking any time off ever. No limbs. And your head doesn't take time off ever. So when you're trying to learn a transition or setup, you got to keep track of what everything's doing. And then, then it's better to feel it too. So you feel like how hard you have to squeeze or whatever, or how, But at the very beginning, if you want to steal a move off videos, you got to remember what everyone's doing. You got to be able to teach it. So Instagram play again. It's a beautiful thing for jiu-jitsu. It's huge for jiu-jitsu.
See, I don't think I was terrible at jiu-jitsu. like, and I was in class, if I tried to learn it online, that it's jujitsu was for me. It totally depended on the teacher. It was a totally different experience depending on the teacher. I learned more with certain teachers for certain reasons. And then a certain school has an online course. Some videos would be way too
well, let me clarify something. I'm not talking about Instagram and jiu-jitsu videos. That's an aid.
Right,
It's a
okay.
supplement.
Right, okay.
You can't do that and not have to go to school. You got to have a group of monsters that you roll with. If you don't go to school, at least you got to. If you're telling me you got 3 or 4 guys that you're rolling with 3 times a week, then I'll take you seriously. But if you're talking about jiu-jitsu, shut the fuck up.
Right.
I don't want to talk about it. Not like you. No, not like you. But I'm talking about like. So what I'm saying is, when I'm talking about benefiting from Instagram videos, I'm already assuming everybody knows. Yeah, you still got to train with a bunch of animals. That's just to help you.
And you totally could have said that to me, and it would be right because I don't know.
All the big teachers now have online classes. It's amazing.
Yeah, but you that's a supplement. There's no you get made fun of if you claim to be a jiu-jitsu practitioner and you actually don't go to school and you just like watch videos and practice on your sister or by yourself. Nobody would take anybody like that serious ever.
Honestly,
like the Karate Kid, the guy in the Karate Kid was
like
trying to learn
right
from a
now,
book,
it
and he had to be
just
Mr.
be
Miyagi to learn. Like it's crazy how
You need both. It's like going to college. You need a combination of both.
and I've spoken about this before, but and then when you make that next step to a teacher, the teacher, just even based on school to school or program to program or gi to no gi, it's complete. There's like 10 or 20 different jujitsu. Every person's different.
Well, that's the art of it. That's the art of it. That everybody could apply a different style. Eddie's arm bar is completely different than Enzo's fucking arm bar. Imagine.
You're not
being a
that.
white
We're
belt
like
walking into a
basically
school,
the same
getting a black
age,
belt.
and I
They
think you
don't
are
know
just
what I'm gonna
gorgeous.
open up my own
It
school.
makes me feel like
Because it's a life for
you're
something.
starting to get
For
the
years.
guilt.
The internet has helped the income of martial arts schools.
Well,
now.
what were you
In many
before?
ways that they could get
Chronic-
videos, DVDs, and all stuff like that.
Really? Yeah.
But, just
Why?
transition to a martial arts school.
Why not?
Those spaces, then they pack them up.
What?
Like you'll rent
Fuck
space
this
from
shit.
another gym.
Yeah, I was teaching jiu-jitsu at an existing MMA gym. Initially, it was the Bomb Squad. That's where Temp Planet started. The Bomb Squad was a Muay Thai academy, and they wanted to start a jiu-jitsu program.
That looks
They asked me as a brown belt
Chile.
if I wanted to, and I
Why
thought,
do I fucking
this was before Abu Dhabi 2003. They wanted me to teach there. I was still a brown belt, and I turned it down. I thought, what a waste of time. An American brown
Dude, this
belt
is so sick.
trying to teach jiu-jitsu.
Hold this ice on her. Get it in there, girl. Get in there, girl. This is what I'm gonna do with some rabbits. And like, how many shits did you shoot out? Jesus, girl. Are we at the bottom? Are we at the bottom? Have we bottomed out yet? Are we in a wet?
I ain't gonna do that. How am I gonna ever make money?
Oh my
Brazilian
God,
black belts, legit ones fail.
Holy shit.
I've seen them fail. Very hard
Holy
to
shit.
make money with
Oh,
jiu-jitsu
yeah,
at that
that's the
point.
spot.
Now it's easy
Backward.
at that point. So, but then I went to Abu Dhabi within like a year, and got my ass kicked. At the end of the day by Leo Vieira. But before that, I managed to find Hoyler, who was a legend at the time of jiu-jitsu, and undefeated in Abu Dhabi 3 years in a row, gold medalist, no one's going on them, all that shit. And I tapped him, and I was having a hard time at, writing for the Man Show. I was like the most depressed I've ever been in my life. That's the crazy thing about the whole thing in Brazil in 2003 was that I was fucking so depressed working on the Man Show, so depressed that I knew the show was going to get canceled. They were treating me like shit, you know that, and I'm 32. I was 32. Fuck. I quit a cushy job DJing at a strip club for this shit. I'm fucking ruined. That's what I thought. I'm fucking ruined. I fucked up. I knew that the first day. I'm like, oh my God, I made the biggest fucking mistake of my life. This show's gonna get canceled and I'm gonna be left with nothing. And getting the job, I initially when Joe said, dude, you're hired. You're gonna be a fucking writer. gonna fucking do the show. It's gonna blow up. I'm gonna fucking make movies and shit. And then I'll put my music in through the back door. You know, it was always like the music. That's how the music's gonna. That's how I'm gonna get my music out. That's what I thought. Day one, fuck. I didn't think that no more. I'm like, oh my god, big fucking mistake. Big mistake. It was all an illusion. And you know, I was still training. That was right when I was training for Abu
Now,
Dhabi.
the bomb squad, how many students did you have?
Well,
The back, because I went there a few times to watch.
well,
And you had 15, 16 dudes.
yeah. My first day, check. No, my first day at 18. But before that first day, I came back from my job. Quit that job right now. Walk off that motherfucker. Set right now. Open up the fucking school. You could take that bomb squad job. You could take that. Remember they offered it to you? And I'm like, I wonder if it'd still be open. He goes, are you kidding? Are you kidding? You just fucking tapped out Hoyle Gracie. Ask that motherfucker. And I did. He goes, hell yeah. You want a teacher? And I'm like, okay, because I turned that motherfucker down.
Before we go any further, I got to tell you something. What you did tonight, it's amazing. You said, I went all the way to Abu Dhabi. I got my ass handed to me before that. It's so funny how for a year I would go to different places and people like trying to talk jazz. Where's your buddy Eddie Brown? We didn't went Abu Dhabi. We over here, man. I'm like, what the fuck type of animal are you? So you came prepared. You're like, let me let them know. Because there's people that just, yeah, but you love to leave. It's like,
yeah. You know, when I released Mastering the Rubber Guard, the DVD, that's the DVD where I put a bunch of fucking low budget music videos and shit. It was the greatest jiu-jitsu DVD ever. They are fucking flipping me back and taking my back, like in the intro of Mastering the Rubber Guard. I'm like, shut the fuck up, who cares? He kicked my ass, so what? He was awesome. He's a bad motherfucker. He did great. You know, but anyways, so I ended up going back to the Bob Squad and seeing if the offer was still available. He said, fuck yeah. So that first day, it was 2003, the first Thursday in June. From that point on, I knew that was my shit. Right there that day. It's like 18 people. Most of them were like outcasts from other schools, dudes that weren't really happy at the present school. And then some guy just wanted to be there for the first running the school, just instantly. I'm like, I got these 18 motherfuckers. What do I got to do to make them not regret coming here day one? What do I got to do? Check this out. You guys are fucking line up. And I knew what I had to do to make them not regret it. Well, that's what I was trying to do. So it was really easy. I mean, the passion just came boom. And I had no fucking idea I was going to be teaching jiu-jitsu. I had no.
When you're on the floor, you're teaching these guys shit. Because I used to go, Eddie, where you fucking buds on, rolling with your little tight shirt on, sweating up a storm and shit. You were a savage. Did you think that you would?
Well, back when I was a blue belt, I was always that guy.
I was day one, you know, like.
I'm like, wait a minute, no, I got into jiu-jitsu because of the UFC. That's what I wanted to see. I don't like nobody. Always is the only one with a gi. No one else is wearing a gi. And so I was just drawn to no gi. Whatever was closer to MMA. That's what I was into.
It's weird because I see a lot of people doing stand-up comedy schools. There's 20 fucking.
That's funny. That's fucking funny.
Stand-up comedy school.
Is that working?
People make a living. People make a living. In town, they're like it.
Now, honestly, do you think that comic? Would you recommend going to some kind of stand-up school, or would you say that a dude like Richard Pryor, they didn't need no school?
I got two views. I'm from the school of fundamentals. I want you to learn the fundamentals the first time, so you don't have to go back. So I'm from that school of thought. I don't want to throw it on stage. I paid $33 for a stand-up comedy class. I was going to pay $400 like most of those saps. Eight classes, graduate at the end with balloons and shit. Meanwhile, some fucking halfwit. There was a guy in Denver that was doing that. But at the University of Colorado, they offered me $33 that one class for 3 Sundays from 1 to 5. And he gave you a worksheet, and at the end, you had to do 3 minutes. And he'd pull you over after class and talk to you. Was he a good comic? He was a mediocre fucking comic. But whenever he did, he opened up my eyes and kept me coming back. And that's what a great teacher does. Is they keep you coming back.
Yeah, I'm looking at it a lot different now. Now that I think about it,
Yes.
it could you know, even Richard Pryor, if there would have been a really good mentor type teacher, it could have saved him a lot of time in the beginning.
Everybody could save
Right.
time in the beginning.
Yeah.
You gotta ask questions.
Yeah.
You gotta ask questions. If not, you go to a comic, he's receptive, he's alone, talk to him, buy him a sandwich, whatever. Get those questions. If you work with a comic, I don't think it's like if I go to my first one, and it's in Albuquerque, and I go with 3 guys from 10th Planet. This is my first time. They're gonna talk to me. They're gonna talk to me. And, you know, listen, don't put your hand on the mat. They're gonna just say little things to me I never even thought about. There's people that don't take that advice. There's people. I always wanted to do a stand-up comedy school. My problem is I got a different view on stand-up than most people. I know how to get good. There's only one way to get good. The way if I came to you and said, Eddie, I have this ball in my house and I spin around the fucking ball and all these omoplatas by myself and my wife, then I come to class, you know, once a week. How do I get good? You pull me aside and listen, you gotta be in 5 minutes. I don't give a fuck what you gotta do. I don't give a fuck if you win or something. I ain't gonna wrestle with you. But you gotta be your own 5 minutes. And you gotta eat slipping with this shit. And most people can't deal with that. My black belt, I ain't gonna last. As soon as I ask you for a black belt, that motherfucker ain't gonna last. Same thing with stand up. I can tell in our second conversation, as soon as you ask me about money. As soon as you say to me, when do I start making $10,000? It's over. Because you're doing it for the wrong reason. You're doing it to save you instead of to save yourself. And that's the difference is you see in people. So right away, I'm going to scare you. If I have a class and I have 20 people, what to expect? This is what to fucking expect if you're going to do this. This isn't a fucking thing you do for 3 weeks and then give it up. You got to dive into this. You're going to sleep in a house. You're going to get raped. If you're a girl or a guy, you pass on something. Doesn't matter. You know, it's a fucking life of death the first 4 or 5 years. Then it eases up and it's still deadly. And unless you're young and good looking and got a view, you know, it's a long fucking toe, you know, on the road and shit. Same thing with jiu-jitsu when you're teaching, you know, and then one day you wake up and you got 19 fucking black belts. And 6 of them got schools. They pay a piece of the action for the fucking schools. It starts blossoming, you know what I'm saying? But it's a different pride. You look at the 6 guys next to you, look at these 6 motherfuckers. I'm making a living from what Eddie Bravo taught. They all came in here as white belts. Look at them, 6 of them. Got schools and shit. One guy flies around as a billion around the world, tells people he's a fucking Brazilian. He's fucking black from New York City. You know?
How crazy is that?
How crazy is that? So it doesn't. That's where the pride comes in. That's where I would die. Like, you know, they just did something like 30-30. You don't watch those things anymore. You're the only fucking sports guy that don't watch this. They just doing what coach, they brought him back. This motherfucker had like 14 players. I went to the NFL in the first 3 rounds. Like, how did you know in college? Next to this coach, you're like, that's a team without a quarterback. They don't even need, look at these gorillas. They don't even need a fucking quarterback, this team. That future, you know, this is what you instilled in these guys. Sometimes your own kids don't listen to you.
Kids just openly masturbate.
Listen to you, don't believe you.
I would, but
I always love that when like someone just kind of falls into it. It's what like I
get it, yeah. That's what life is about. All these motherfuckers that go to college and they plan shit and they sit there with a notebook. And when they're 6, I'm gonna be a fireman. You're gonna be a dick sucker. What fucking fireman? You don't even know. You'll change 18 careers by the time you're fucking 20. And then something happens. I had a friend, dog, and he was loyal to the guy for nothing. He worked.
It was just like a college summer job or something.
Yeah. Stories.
And the dude stayed there.
Longer stories and just take
You
off
never
the
know what's gonna fucking happen in your
I
life.
like to know it.
Maybe it's that fucked up, man. You never fucking know.
Teaching jiu-jitsu, seriously, man, I'm 32, and that's the last thing on my mind. And you know what I mean? I'm like, and then it ends up being my life. It's you know, the things you expect never come. The things you don't expect, man.
When did you accept that you were a jiu-jitsu teacher? Like, you started at 32. When were you like finally like okay?
Crazy question. I don't know. Because I'm 45 now and I still feel like I'm 19. I have this 4-year-old son. And I feel like I'm looking around, like I kind of, I love him to death. I love him to death. And I don't know why I feel like I'm just this little kid with a kid. I feel like I'm a little kid, but I'm 45. I'm an old ass father. Most fathers, most people have their kids like in their late 20s or mid 20s and shit. I'm 45 and I still feel like a little retarded teenager. It's so weird. And that's how I feel with jiu-jitsu too. Every day I come in, I'm like, how the fuck did I pull my family? Think about my whole big Mexican family. I'm this long-haired, speed metal, satanic drummer who's gonna make it in music somehow. That's all I talk about. Fuck college. I graduated early from high school. They just see this. They go to my fucking gigs and it's the worst shit they've ever seen. Like my aunts, Mexican aunts and uncles and shit. My mom at gigs. Like it's like a punk gig with, like, you know.
The one at the fucking thing we all went to. And your mom showed up down there.
No, I'm talking about when I was fucking 16, 17, 18. You know what I mean? Like shitty speed metal type stuff. And then all of a sudden, then I end up moving to Hollywood. They still think, oh, look at him. He thinks he's going to be a fucking rock star. How's the demos? How's the music business? Imagine this pussy, not known as a fighter at all. I wasn't a fighter. I wrestled in high school, but no one ever thought that was fighting. And all of a sudden, I'm doing jujitsu. As a brown belt, I go to Abu Dhabi. They know I'm doing martial arts a little bit, but they don't take it seriously. It's like I'm doing pottery or something. And then I go, check this out. I go to Abu Dhabi. I tap out Hoyler and lose, but I don't win the whole thing. And I get back, and my mom asks me, "How was Brazil? Did you win?" I go, "Well, I tapped out Hoyler, but I didn't win the whole thing. Music in Hollywood. That's my whole purpose. My whole life. That's my book, and my uncle will call me, dude, are you fucking, and little by little." They're like, how the fuck are you this jiu-jitsu guy? I'm a pussy growing up. I would cry at everything. Cop would pull us over. I'd start crying and shit. I'm the biggest pussy on the planet. And now my whole family, they know me as Edgar. Like, what are you, like some Eddie Bravo karate guy or something like that? They're like fucking freaking out. They don't understand it at all. I'm like, and that's what answers your question. It's like, I walk into class and I'm that motherfucker that my family sees. You know what I mean? I'm that little pussy that grew up that can't believe. I tell them, I go, I don't know how people are paying for this shit. I don't know how I ended up like this. To them, I'm just this wannabe fucking musician dude. And now I'm making money as a jiu-jitsu instructor. I don't know it's like, how the fuck how did I pull this one off? It's like,
I'm getting anxiety just thinking about it. I'm getting anxiety because when you're saying I'm doing this, I'm doing jiu-jitsu. I was stealing.
No, that's supposed to count.
I was stealing and selling cup, but I was doing
the same way. You're like, how I pulled it off. I pulled this shit off.
Every day I have a lot when I wake up. It's something, even if it was a janitor for 20 years. Like I get my new SAG card every 3 months, and I look at it, I'm like, Jesus, I've been in the union for 19 fucking years, like, fucking union for fucking actors. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
I remember watching movies going, I wonder how the fuck you get in these things. How the fuck you get in a movie, man? My friend told me it was all my friend in New York. He's a camera guy. Talk to him. Call him up. Let's talk to him. What's up? You want to get your hand in there? You all right?
I know, I'm just going to move it like, I'm fine.
He's like this next to you, like he's going to steal your fucking, just steal. At the daytime and do comedy, right? And then the comedy was like, it still wasn't making any money, but people were starting to call me up for $50 gigs and shit, so I must be doing something right. I said, fuck it, let's dive into this motherfucker. I got arrested for shoplifting at 10. Did I ever tell you about that one? They busted me on the way out of a cane.
Like Iowa or
Idaho.
What did you steal?
A tent. I wouldn't even steal. I used to just take them and try to shoplift return. And they busted me. I've been doing it for 2 years. Molds all over the tri-state area. And out of all places, they got me in.
You just grab it and just take it to customer service?
Yeah. I said, my brother Eddie Bravo gave me this. Give me the cash. And they give you cash or store credit.
Wow.
And then you get like $89 of store credit, $100 of store credit. You get $80 of shit you need. They give you $20 in cash. That's how small I was thinking. When I was just on the road in the beginning, I would just buy oil for the car, antifreeze, I'd buy a tire, fuck it. You know, when you're on the road, though, you gotta put shit together in that car. When you're in that fucking car.
So you're thieving as you're doing comedy.
I'm on triple runs. Thieving. I thieved all the way to 96, 97. When we moved, we robbed that safe. We robbed the safe.
My life is just, my stepdad was so evil. I'm like, fuck this life, get me to heaven. So I'd be on altar boys, like, go get me to heaven, get me to fucking heaven. And then at around, the priest asked if me and my friend Matthew, we both did it. My best friend growing up, we were both altar boys. He asked us out for ice cream, so he was trying to make a move on us. He was like trying to get a little date. And we asked his aunt if we could go because we wanted ice cream. Fuck yeah, that worked. It worked on us. Like, we want free ice cream. But then the aunt said, okay, but I'm coming. So she had like a little suspicion about him. So she came in cock block. We got our ice cream. And then shortly thereafter, I realized, like, I thought everybody was Catholic. I didn't know there was Jews. I didn't know there was Muslims. I thought everybody was Catholic as a kid. Our Catholic holidays corresponded with like different strokes, Christmas, Easter special, Halloween special. I thought everybody was on the same page. I thought we were all Catholic at 11. And then once I found out that there was like all these Jews and Muslims and all these other religions, right there I started thinking, wait a minute, this is all bullshit. And then by 12, 13, I was super atheist and got into speed metal and started writing satanic lyrics and shit. Then I decided, me and Matt, we totally think now we're evil satanic kids. Like, let's go back and dollars or coins and shit in these metal boxes. So we were like, how could we get that money to play video games? We were addicted to Defender and Miss Pac-Man and shit. We were addicted to video games and candy bars. So we needed money for video games and candy bars. So we would go in there on when people are praying and when there's no one in the church, we'd have screwdrivers and shit. We'd open up. We knew that we were going to close the doors at 8:30. So we would go in right before they closed. And we would hide under the pews with our fucking screwdrivers and shit. We would hear the janitor lock up all the doors. They would lock up, and you could push them out. Like, to leave, it's easy, but you can't come in. So as soon as everyone was gone, it's 8:40, we rise up from the pews, and we open up those metal boxes, and we take the change and the money. And we that wasn't enough. We'd go after, and we'd leave, and we'd play a Defender for like an hour, a couple hours, get some Reese's cups, and play some Miss Pac-Man. But we're like, you know what? You know where all the big money's at? Is when we go to church, and the guys that were collecting the money, they would go back into the backstage of the church where we used to be when we used to be altar boys. So like, that's where all the big money's at right there. So me and Matt goes, we're not too old to be altar boys. Let's go. It's satanic lyrics, and we were making speed metal and shit, and we were like going through all the motions and shit, just so that when they would close up the church, we would take off our gowns like in the backstage and hide in the closets, and they thought when everybody would leave, we'd come out. We knew they keep the collection money from that church, and we take back $15 or whatever. Go pay. They left it overnight, so we kept doing that over and over. And then finally, they left a little letter that said, whoever. We would pretend we would leave and shit, but we would be still in there hiding in the closet. Wait for everyone to leave, we can tell, and then we come out like little fucking rats, and they only take like $10, $15. Don't take that money no more, so we took a little less. We didn't want to make it that all. We just wanted to play video games and shit, and get Baby Ruths and Almond Joy and shit. And then finally, we did it again. We got greedy. We pretended like we was going through all that shit. Me and Nat are going, oh shit, we got you. We to rob the church. I got a lot of stories like that. My mom didn't have any money. She made $100 money. We had to fend for ourselves.
Fucking hilarious. I never looked at you from that direction. Look at church as a young man. You would cook a church lead.
No, I went through a shoplifting phase, but nothing out of church.
I robbed a bar mitzvah once. It's one of the most embarrassing things I ever did. I still think about it once a week at night.
Did you take it from the bar mitzvah boy?
I think it from the bar mitzvah guy from 2002.
No, I thought it was like the bar.
I was bartending, suspended me for close to 9 to 10 months. They had suspended me because of tardiness and not showing up and not calling.
As a bartender.
And for peanuts, like it was just garbage.
Yeah, we just wanted $5.
What are we talking about?
Your bartending gig where they
So they sent me to this fucking. So I'm out of work, guys, and I'm just stealing for a living. I'm just waking up in the morning, going for it. Whatever. I'm putting a suit on. I'm going to buildings. I'm a fucking creepy motherfucker. You know, somebody would get up to go to the bathroom. I'd rob their office. You know, it was terrible. Fucking terrible. Back in the unit, you available Saturday. I'm like, fuck yeah. They're like, this country club needs a bartender. First day there. I didn't even wait a week. First day fucking there's a bar mitzvah. And they're putting envelopes. I don't know what to do to the envelopes. I'm just sitting there. And they keep coming back to me with bags of gifts with envelopes in them. And I'm just putting them back there. And finally, I see a couple come in with a kid, a Jewish kid. And the guy takes money from his wallet, cash, and puts it in this envelope, licks it. And when the mother comes out, he gives it to the mother or the cat. I don't know who the fuck it was. So when they would stack up, they come to me and go, put those envelopes in the back. I just saw it, and I remember what color it was. I opened that envelope up, there was fucking a deuce in there or something, $300. I go, wait a second, I got 100 envelopes here. I hit the jackpot. I'm just gonna walk out of here with the fucking envelopes. That's how crazy I was. But I took 20 of them, I ripped them open, and whoever had a check, I just threw it in the garbage. And whoever had cash.
You didn't even let him keep the checks?
Fuck no, they were ripped open. They're gonna know that somebody ripped them open.
Fuck it, at least there's a check.
Fuck it, what are you gonna do? There's gotta be a victim there. And I fucking took the money. It was like $1,000. And at the end of the shift, I just left. And I threw away the ones I had ripped open. What a creepy fucking thing to do. That's how much of a creep I was. And I was a grown man when I did that shit.
I generally stole just, I go to like thrift, farm. It was called Thrifty, but it's like Rite Aid now. You know, take soap and shit that I needed, you know what I mean? That I couldn't afford and I couldn't pay for. And then there's this one time where I'm 13, and I'm still a virgin, but all my friends thought that I had sex with Sue, this one girl that I made out with. I told everybody that I had sex with her because I didn't want to be a virgin. I'm 13, and like my older brother, like he's having sex, and it was just embarrassing being a virgin. So I lied. Older kids were 15, 16, and they're having a lot of sex. And here I am, I'm like 13, but I have this girlfriend. We make, you know that girlfriend before the sex dates where you're just making out for like 3 hours straight. You're just like, in the side of the house, waiting that the mom pulls up or the dad pulls up. You could run in the house real quick and pretend you're watching MTV and shit. You know, when the dad walks in. So you got to do it on the side of the garage. So you hear the cars coming because you never knew. With this girl, we never knew when her dad or her mom was going to show up. Her mom was a hairdresser. She had her regular schedule, so we had to do our making out, but we had to keep going out and shit all the time. And then after about 3 months, you start feeling the side of you're making out, and you put your hand right on the small of her back, and she fucking pushes your hand away, and you're like, fuck. So then you make out again for a couple more weeks, and then you try it again, and then she puts your hand away, and then finally she doesn't push her hand. Oh shit, now you're making out, you're 13 and you're feeling the small of her back, and you're like, oh my god, you get presses inch by inch. Then you start reaching in for the titty, she pushes it away, reach for the titty, she pushes it away, and then she grabs your hand, then she grabbed my hand, opened up her bra, her titties were mosquito bites, and she put my hand on her titty, and it freaked me the fuck. I'm like, oh my god, I'm feeling your titty.
You almost had a nervous breakdown.
Yes.
Your face got red.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I had to tell somebody. I ran home, and my friend Honorio down the street, we met, and I go, come to the church. We go to the church. We had a local church where everyone hung out. We're like in the church in the pews. I'm like, man, she grabbed my hand and pulled her bra down and put my hand like right on it. And she said, oh, your hands. She said that, and I told him. So then he used to make fun of me. He would play football and goes, oh, your hands. And I go, shut the fuck up, man. You're not supposed to tell anybody. So eventually, we got to the point where we were dry humping to the point where I was ejaculating.
Oh, sweat.
Oh, yeah. So we would be on the ground, like in the garage. We're fully clothed, making out, and like giving each other lap dances. And I would bust nuts. I'd come home and shit, pull off my sticky ass underwear, throw them in the hamper, and then just watch TV and shit. You know what I mean? I was satisfied. I didn't need to go any further than that. I was totally cool. That's where the progression stopped at the dry hump, and I was cool with that. I loved it, looked forward to it, you know. And then she wanted to go further. We were 13, and she was like, We need to take. She talked to her 12-year-old sister who was having sex with her boyfriend. She gave her 12-year-old sister.
Where did you grow up?
In Santa Ana, Mexicans. She gave her 12-year-old gave advice to the 13-year-old. She said, "You got to ask him to get a condom." So she tells me, she goes, "I think we need to get a condom." And I was like, "What? What the fuck we need a condom for?" Because I think we gotta actually have sex. And I thought, oh shit, I'm not gonna buy a fucking condom. I'm gonna go to thrifty drugstores and buy a fucking condom. I knew I was gonna have to resort to my thievery ways. So I go, there's no way I'm gonna buy a fucking condom. So I went into Thrifties with an electric blue giant ski jacket. I walked in there, grabbed, I didn't want to do this often, so I got the biggest box. It was the Aqua 36 pack. I remember I was 13. I'll never forget the Aqua 36 pack. Put it in my fucking ski jacket. Walked out, stole it, and bam! Now we had to have fucking sex. It was time. She's under the covers. I get in. I put the condom on. We're in her bedroom. I'm looking out to make sure her dad fucking doesn't show up. You know what I mean? And I didn't know. I had no idea where the pussy was. I was trying to put it in. Like right at the clit. So I had a condom on and I'm going boom, right in the clit and I'm not having any luck. And she's like, that's not it. And then I fucking nutted right there, just trying to put it in the clit. And then I'm like, I think your dad's here. So we got dressed. I went into the living room, watching some MTV, and she comes out. She had a dress on with no underwear. That was her move. Like she would just stand up and say, "Hi, Dad," and then she had a dress. So she comes in the living room and goes, "Hey, no one's here. Come on, let's go back." And I said, because I nutted, I said, "I have a bad feeling. Let's wait a little while. Let's just wait." So we wait like 30 minutes. We go back, put the condom back in, and I asked her for help. She goes, "You gotta help me. This ain't working." So she grabs it and she puts them on the fucking. And I realized I was so off. I would have never guessed to go way underneath by the ass. I would have never guessed. I was totally in the wrong spot. And I put it in 3 seconds. She's fucking freaking out. It hurts. I come again, boom, it's a fucking wrap, and I go home. My brother's 17 at this point, totally experienced it. They're all next to the asshole. I thought you had sex before with Sue. What about her? And I'm like, oh, I did. I go, they're all by the asshole? He goes, yes, all pussy holes are right next to the asshole. And that's where I got busted. I learned a lot that day. Oh, but check this out. So we started having sex, right? It would last 1 minute. And after like the 11th time, she started crying. She goes, I go, what's wrong? And she said, I didn't think you was going to realize that it'd be so much more. And she's crying. And I go home and ask my brother, I go, fuck, Nicole freaked out. She started crying after it was like the 11th time. I'll never forget. It's like, and my brother said, well, how fast are you coming? I said, I don't know. It was like within a minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 15. I go, I don't know. 1 minute? I don't know. And he said, that's where you're fucking up, dude. You gotta fuck them good. You gotta make them come. You can't come until they come. You gotta make sure they come. My brother's giving me all this sex advice. I'm like, oh shit, I had no idea. Then I took his advice. Try to hold it and shit. It was really hard to hold. What I would do is I would name Cleveland football. I would spell Cleveland players' names. Like after a while, I remember spelling Webster. I go Cleveland Browns wide receiver Webster Slaughter, WEBSTERSL, and it would work, man. It would work good because if you got to spell that shit out, you're not thinking about your dick. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it would work too fucking good, and then your dick starts going, and you don't want to go limp. Yeah. So then now you're thinking about pussy and shit. Now you're looking at the pussy and you're all into it, and then it gets hard, and then you got to go bam. Wide receiver Cleveland Browns, Brian Bremen, BRIANBEENN, and then boom, it would go. It would work, and I was getting close to finishing those 36. So I said, damn, I got like 6 left. I'm not going. I don't want to get busted for stealing condoms. That was because I had gotten busted a couple times. You know, and then you get busted shoplifting. And so I started fucking washing them. Like the last 6, I would fucking have sex with them, pull them out, wash them with soap and shit, fill them and rinse them, fill them with water. And with all the weight of the water, you can roll them back up and slip them back in the packets. Boom. I I used them like 3 times just to avoid trying to steal them again.
You were like a walking yeast infection. You were giving broads yeast infection. I don't know what's going on. And he spread that fucking dried up helmet juice that he puts back in the cellophane.
Those things are
There should be some kind of
indestructible.
I don't
They're not rewashable. You can't put them back.
Try it.
Because they go back into with
discussion
fluid,
about how you
develop
can't
a
trust
mold.
the fart.
You know,
I'm telling you, they get all fucked up.
trust me, I did that for
It was
years.
so crazy because
Years?
I had a big career of humping. And then when me and my friends robbed a box of condoms from Bergen Line Avenue, this fucking box of all different colored condoms. I put one in my wallet, and that's when I stopped getting pussy. You can't. In those days, when you put a condom,
See the ring. You could see the ring.
you fuck it up. You fuck it up. Your mojo would get fucked up when you were prepared. It was when you didn't get prepared that the chick let you suck their tits and finger them and you pass out and shit. I had some horrible experience. But my fucking dry humping thing, I got into dry humping. She used to let me suck the titties though from time to time while I tried to drove me fucking crazy though. I used to dream about dry humping. I didn't even want to take the next move. Also, I was very happy. Dry humping,
Yeah.
sweat.
That was good. It was like sex. Because once you nut, a nut's a nut, is a nut, is a nut, is a nut. When you nut, you're done. So if you nut in your pants, you're done. It's over. You know, it's fucking done.
We would do a whole side of it out. We would dry hump to a whole side of it out.
That's where lap dancing started.
Our brother hated me, guys. Our brother fucking hated me. He knew. He used to torment me in front of him and shit. Till this day, if I see him, he still doesn't fucking like me.
Did you ever have a girl, one of those girls that was saving that pussy for marriage, but had no problem sucking dick when she was 16?
No. This is the weirdest thing. There was a girl in my 8th grade class. She had those warts all over.
Warts?
Yeah, she was a cute girl, and she had warts all over. Her name was Claudia, but she was one of the best baton twirlers in the world. This is a fucked up story. I went to grammar school. I used to break her balls. No, nothing happened between her and I. We were just in the 8th grade. I got let back. We were friends and shit. But she used to take me to parties. She used to invite us all to parties. And her parents were into real estate. These other parents' kids would come to the fucking parties. And there were these 2 girls. There were 2 Cuban girls. Now at that age, when I was that age, Cuban girls weren't touchable. Because if you dated them, your grandmother came and talk to them. That was a waste of my time at that age. When you're 14, you want to have sex, guys. You know, if I got to bring her grandmother with me, that's too much work for Uncle Joey. At that time, but that was not going to fucking happen. The girl that used to drive her, she brought her grandmother to the movie one time. I almost had a nervous breakdown. Because when you're 13, you don't go to movies to make out. You don't ever watch the movie. You don't watch the fucking movie. You leave there with your shirt ripped, your pants are soggy.
Yeah.
You've come in those things 3 times. That 13-year-old cum that comes out hot.
Yeah.
Hot, like steam's coming out of your fucking pants.
I remember I got pissed when I was seeing a girl who said, listen, there's a problem. When we go to the movies, I actually want to see the movie.
Yeah, you're attacking the movie, Peter.
I was insulted. I'm like, you want to see the
when you're 13 and you took me to the movie. If I took you roller skating.
Yeah, it was dark. It was the only place where it was dark.
We were going to roller skate twice, and we were going to swap some fucking spit. That was understood from fucking day one when you asked the girl. Yeah.
Movies is the spot.
I'll never ever forget this guy. So I graduate the 8th grade. I become a freshman. I play basketball. And I would walk home sometimes, and I would stop by the real estate office. I knew the girls. I knew Claudia. And I would stop by the real estate office. And do you know that, like, at the end of my freshman year, I started dating one of the girls in the closet. Very shy. But there was 2 girls, remember? So I would date this girl.
Look at this
I would
movie,
go to the house in Richfield Park.
Yeah, she tell everybody your story.
Well, I was like, this. And this went on for 4 or 5 months, dog.
Oh, yeah.
This was not going to happen. So one day I'm walking home. This is, and I'm in shock, guys. Nothing like this has ever happened to me. I walk home and I go, let's go by there and see. Her name is Marie. Let me go by there in 6th grade. I So I said, "There's the reason I think she's in school, but the other girl was there. The other girl was just as bad. But to my naive mind, I don't know nothing. I walk in there, and the girl starts talking to me, Next thing you know, we start swapping spit. We're dry humping. I got my dick out, the whole fucking thing. I'm nutting on the stomach. I didn't even get to the pussy. I nutted on the stomach, on the shirt, the whole fucking thing. She jerked me. It was like something that was just crazy for a guy like me. And then I thought these two girls were untouchable. She broke down and ratted, the whole fucking deal. It was the point of the fucking story. The point of the story is you never fucking really knew. It was so tough to be that age. I think when I think of that age sexually, it was a fucking nightmare. I had this friend Eddie like that. Cool motherfucker, Eddie Rabbi. Cool motherfucker. He was only stupid Cuban dude. He was 16 in the 7th grade. Because we came from Cuba, speaking. Eddie Lamenko was cool as fuck. Eddie Lamenko had a German girlfriend named Mona. This fucking girl, every time you seen him, he had hickeys. She had hickeys. The mother was hot. She was hot. Little sister was hot. From Germany. And when they need crazy, he was on a job in Miami. I moved down there. He moved away, though. And guess who stayed? Alona. Alona was banging, though. Alona would come over my house on Friday night to watch Saturday. I was in shock the first time that girl knocked on my door. For weeks. I didn't know nothing about nothing, guys. I knew nothing about nothing. All I knew was about loyalty. That's my friend's girlfriend. She wants to come home and watch TV. She come home and watch TV. That one day I went upstairs, I came down, that bitch was balls ass naked, masturbating. She was a year or two older than me. I had never seen them like that in my life. Of course, I swapped spit with her. I didn't have sex with the guys, not at all. I nutted on her stomach. I did something stupid. It just went on for like 4 or 5 weeks. She never talked to me. I looked her on Facebook from time to time. She's not even on Facebook. She threw me to the wolves.
I graduated early. I just want to get the fuck out of high school and just get on with my music career. That's what it's all about. And I took extra auto shop classes after school just to get the credits. And my high school was the last school to switch to 245 credits to graduate. There were still 210. I'm like, damn, I can get out this motherfucker soon. It's the 87, my senior year, September 87. I'm like, I'm gonna get out of here in January 87. Check this out. I'm gonna take some auto shop classes and get this motherfucker over with. So I graduate and I start working at Music Plus record store. I'm 17 years old still. I graduated at 17. Got my hair down here. I'm working at Music Plus. It was a chain in Southern California. There was a bunch of Music Pluses everywhere. It was like Blockbuster Video. And then they went under just like Blockbuster Video. Music Plus was the shit. And I'm 17 years old, and I'm working the register, and I'm working selling tickets to concerts. And this 24-year-old hottie comes in, blonde, just fully developed woman. And I'm 17. She comes in and buys Sam Kinison tickets. And I'm like, you like Sam Kinison? She goes, hell yeah. I'm like, damn. I love Sam Kinison. She goes, you want to go with me? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to go with you. It's like, but it was like 2 months after that. And I thought, wow, I'm going to lose touch with her. I bought Iron Maiden tickets that were available 17. She was 24. I told her I was 23. I took her out of my Pinto station wagon. We went to fucking go see Iron Maiden. And we're holding hands at Iron Maiden. Then I start making out at Iron Maiden. And I said, fuck Iron Maiden. Get the fuck out of here. We went back to her house at my Pinto station wagon. She thought I was 23, and I drive back, and there's my graduation class of 88. I graduated I'm class of 88, and it's like hanging right there, right? My mom fucking put on the rearview mirror, and I'm driving, I'm looking at it, going, I wonder if she notices it's the class of 88. Anyways, we had, and she was just way too mature for me, and she knew it. She pretty much figured out I was lying, and I was like just pulling on her. I never had sex like that.
Oh, did I get kicked out?
She was a woman showing a new boy how to get down.
What the
She was
fuck?
doing like 3 times a day. She was She showed me so goddamn much, and then she had to let me go. And she said, "Listen, it's over. It's the last time." But she lost that PlayStation wagon, 12 cars went away. On our PlayStation wagon, cars went. She said that gave me like a good life, good life. She basically said she was so mature about it. She dumped me. She cut me off and said, "Okay, let me just give you one more little
To go.
yeah, a little to go, and then everything's cool. We're all good, right?" And I went on my own way. Like she was a total player. Anyways, wasn't that a good story? But
We're talking about that.
is there any way I can take a piss?
Yeah, it's right next door. Place with Tony, but I give a little breather here. Take your time, but hurry up.
Which way?
Yo,
Right. What's up, Lisa? Fucked up over there, Lisa. You falling asleep on me? And
I'm
shit.
not falling asleep.
I was watching.
What's so funny?
The fuck you think you're so funny? You fucking crack me up.
I'm glad.
Telling me you're that fucking not looking like Tutankhamun, whatever the fuck his name is. You trying to tell me
Well, how much do we have? 725.
Doesn't matter. I'm shattered, man. At this point, doesn't matter. What do you gotta do tomorrow? You gotta get up. You gotta go do a speech at 8:30. Kettlebells.
Yeah, get over those in line.
Perfect. You're gonna need another one. Fucking get the kettlebells. Your heart's still pumping from the night before. Stop. Who's better than you? You'll be swinging those fucking kettlebells like over your head, like up there. Shit. What do you got to lose? Go have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta go to Buffalo on down Facebook. They give me 4 wings.
I think it. Alright, here's what it is. It's called Black House. It's in like North Hollywood. No, it's great.
Oh, Chef Daniel prepared.
Daniel John.
Chef John, did he come on this something?
No, I asked you. They apply like. All right, my dad did when he used to work at Legal. Like he had this friend who was a chef who would just do whenever my dad would go in, he would just make whatever and make something for him. We went to this place and they had that as an option. It was like $15, and all the sandwiches were like between 12 and 15.
Oh shit.
Anyways, so I said, sure, let's do it. And
Did he come out and talk to you?
yeah, well, he did because I asked for it.
Yeah, he
Because
was a chef.
I'm a dork. No, he's a 20-year-old stoner. Like, I'll show you what it was.
I don't want to see it.
You're gonna
It's
see it.
disgusting.
It
It's
wasn't disgusting.
Listen, if you went, it's disgusting. I know you. I know what the places you go to. This ain't the shit you look
Yeah,
at.
this is what I had.
Top 10 in my entire life. You're 26 years old. You eat at your pole place there. You think that's cuisine. Shut the
Look
fuck
at that.
up.
Look at that. Look at it. Look at it.
Yeah, look at it.
That's delicious.
Yeah, that's delicious. Yeah. All right. Turn that shit off. Fucking sourdough bread with carnitas.
Oh, yeah, no,
You say I deal with that.
this is such bullshit.
Like passing out?
No, it's just depressing.
Spark it up.
He gets fallen. He falls for all this shit.
Are you allowed to smoke some weed?
No, this is here because I want it for museums. Look at my weed.
Oh, please. Please tell me that. Tell me that's
Oh, shit.
okay.
This is the Dom Perignon of fucking we ain't fucking around on a Sunday night, a.k.a. Monday morning, for some of you motherfuckers that download this Monday morning.
Oh shit.
Tremendous. But you know,
Tremendous.
the fucking beauty of this whole thing, Eddie Brock, was that he went from 18 students to listen to this, producing the 6th tournament like Han, right? Without your island. But the beauty of this is that you are now on UFC Fight Pass. So this all started with 18 fucking students. So you people that don't believe, that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, listen, nothing happens on the couch.
And not only just 18 students, but like
I don't know. You
See,
see,
that's a T-shirt.
nothing happens on the couch. You're sitting there like a fucking bump on a log, you know. I'm gonna do this. You ever see those people? They drive
That's
me
a
fucking.
Nike could buy that.
They drive me fucking crazy. Those motherfuckers. They drive me crazy. They used to drive me crazy when I was young. They sit there and they tell you, and they sit. The people when you go to those coffee shops, listen to their conversation. You want to put a gun in your fucking mouth. You know.
Oh my God.
We're talking about those comedy schools. I don't have the audacity to teach at a comedy school because it should be something that I should get like 12 people and just do it once a year. I think that would take something. But the mentality that I would attack them with at the beginning because I want them to know it's not a duck walk. And you know what, man? I've been here fucking 20 years. I've seen people who were stars that went to Montreal. They used to get spots at the Laugh Factory. They're home already, bro. They're home and packing. Those guys got $500,000 deals. They're gone. Because somewhere they didn't do the fundamentals. Somewhere they didn't do the fundamentals. The fundamentals is hard. And somewhere when they get here, they got to redo it. And not only redo it, but you got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. This ain't something that I do and I retire like Anderson Silva. Or get busters for steroids and take a year off. I do this till I go on the Greg.
Joe, you always talk about like building a system, and Eddie, like the one thing we haven't talked about yet is like kind of Planet is a huge. Like, I always know you as a goofy. I see you at the gym. You're goofy. You're funny, but you're like it's like a chain. It's like a whatever, like an AMC or whatever you want to say.
A fucking franchise by a kid that graduated high school when he was 17
and you build it
and worked at Music fucking Empire.
and then
No college, no fucking Boston U, no all this bullshit. A franchise that he figured out on paper. He loved what other people were doing. And he goes, you know what, this is a good idea. I'll do this. And you figure it out as you go along. No financial consultants, no jiu-jitsu specialists, no production, what do they call them? Public relations teams. The public relations team. You know, this is just fucking word of mouth, people working out,
Yosh.
people sweating.
It's all an accident, man. I didn't plan this at all, man. It wouldn't have happened. I used to wonder what, like Michael Jordan really meant when they asked him, how the fuck do you do it? I'm like, Marcelo Garcia, how the fuck do you do it? And they all said the same thing. They say, oh, because nobody loves it as much as I do. And I'm like, what is that? Everybody loves it. I never really understood that. And my life is an example of that. Like, I did jiu-jitsu just because I loved it. I wasn't planning to do anything with it. I wasn't planning on even being a world champion. I was just competing just to see how I would do. I wasn't trying to fucking win no world fucking championship ever. I just did the Abu Dhabi trials and won that. And I'm like, oh shit. When I did the trials, there was all these stars doing the trials. And I'm like, fuck, how cool would it be? Look at, I could go to Abu Dhabi. I could sneak in with these motherfuckers, like these real grapplers. I'm like, I'm just a fucking like a musician. You know what I mean? Like, how cool would it be if I can go to Brazil with these motherfuckers? And then I went. I'm like, holy shit, I'm fucking going? God damn. I never thought I was going to win or do anything like that. I thought I was going to get smoked probably the first round. And I was just happy that I got a free trip to Brazil. I was like, fuck yeah. That was like, I got a free trip. When I won the trials, I didn't expect, like, I'm going to be a champion. I just fucking free plane ticket and hotel in Brazil. The tournament was like, I'm going to get smoked. I'm a brown belt. Come on, these guys are... So I never expected shit at any time. And then that's what blossomed. So to me, that's a lesson. That's a lesson in life is you got to do what you love and it'll all work out. Just keep doing what you love. As long as you're doing something, love anything. Just do it. Doesn't matter what you love. People come up to me all the time. What part of the game should I work on? I'm a blue belt. I'm a purple belt. I'm a white belt. What do you love doing? You like Kimuras? Get into that more. Find something that you love, that you're attracted to, and fucking make that a ninja part of your game. And then it doesn't really matter what it is. It could be anything. And of course, you want to be well-rounded, and you want to fill as many holes as possible. You want to have game from every position, every angle. You want to have something to offer, an escape or some shit or some kind of offense. Of course, you want all that. But everyone has holes, so don't trip on the fact that you have holes. Everybody got holes. Jiu-jitsu is so fast. Everybody got holes. World champion, 10-time world champion got, I mean, holes as far as parts of game that are legit, they don't have down in their system. All the greatest jiu-jitsu players on the planet are not that good at other people's games. They're good at their game. That's their game. Specific techniques, not like a game, like some kind of spiritual game or anything. It's like a physical, you can write it down, physical game. Everyone's got their own game. Everybody. And jiu-jitsu is so vast. It's good news for people that are in the jiu-jitsu business and people that are in jiu-jitsu really in general, that it's endless. It's endless. You have a lot of material. It's not like being part of a like boxing. Like you're into boxing, man, it's gonna be hard to teach a boxing seminar. You know, where you throw your jab, your special way to throw a jab and then jab hook. There ain't that much. It's all been done. Very hard to do boxing seminars. But jiu-jitsu, man, it's so fast that anybody, as long as you love it and you want to train every fucking day, you just fucking love it. Anybody can teach jiu-jitsu to make a living. Anybody can do it. It's so vast. Everybody could be obsessed with it if they're introduced to it in the right way. You know, there's a right, because most people are fucking scared. They think, oh my god, I'm gonna go there, they're gonna fucking kill me. I don't want to fucking get killed or exposed. You gotta like sit down and talk to people and basically be a counselor. Just some, not everybody. Some people are like, oh my god, I want to do that. It's like a video game, cool. Like 10% of the population, you know, if they're coach shit, they're gonna jump in and they're like, put me in right now, you know. But most of the population, the reason why most people don't do jiu-jitsu is because they just have a complete misunderstanding of what it's all about. They come in and laugh at them because they suck and they're doing bad. They're gonna put you on YouTube and humiliate you. It's not like that at all. Everybody, no matter who you are, do for you. You just started, wasn't making fun of you. Do for you. You just started, wasn't making fun of you. You know what they're really thinking is like, damn, these guys think loud. That's what they're thinking. Not thinking, oh my god, this guy can't even do a fucking armbar. He just started a week ago. Really? No one does that. It's the opposite.
No, it is.
It's like everybody was that guy in the beginning that didn't know shit. You're like, oh, you don't know shit. Just relax. You don't know shit. Just keep coming and then you'll know shit. Don't trip out and not knowing shit. No one gives a fuck. No one is paying attention to you. No one is even thinking one fucking thought about you. So get off that shit like you think you're going to be humiliated. No one's even thinking about
You
you.
know what I did today? I tell you how good my day was today. Got there 5 to 10. I warmed up. Some jumping jacks and push-ups. I did some fucking bridges. And a few hip escapes. That's long at VMAC. It's a long thing. I got my fucking guard like John. Beat me up. And he passed my guard every time. Every fucking time. Didn't submit me. They passed my guard every time. But here's the beauty of it. Here's what my accomplishment was. When I passed my guard and I moved my legs and I got up to half guard. Basically all the time. Towards the end. When Henry got there, I wanted to deep pass. And I went the wrong direction. I wanted to deep pass. I wouldn't have done that 6 months ago. I didn't even know how it worked. And guess what? I threw his balance off. For me, that's a start.
That's awesome.
Do you understand me?
Yeah, of course.
And you have to do the same thing with comedy or anything like that. You have to take little accomplishments and not lose your mind when you do get a big accomplishment. Look at it in perspective. You go, okay, this is why that happened. At least I know it can happen again. Now, if it happens again, I'm a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But if it happens, no, and that's like, you know, for a comic, okay, I come to see, this really happened to me, Eddie. This really happened to me. Some guy used to give me a lot of work. Cool motherfucker, I still talk to him. This is back in Denver, 23 years ago. This guy used to give me work. One day he called me up, and this guy was a Mexican, that's like John Gigolo. He's always got a bitch like pregnant. This guy got kids all over Denver, right? He's shooting the Mexican chicks got sperm all over his house because he's always going to be that comedian. These chicks come in and they love him. And they realize, he's fucked up. He's a great guy. He got me a kick one night. And before I got on stage, I was doing, hey, I work to him every day. You know what your students can do. You see him every day. He goes, do 15. And this is 1995. I've been doing comedy 4 years. I was struggling to do 15, 16. I was struggling. This motherfucker went outside and fucked some chick. He was supposed to give me a light at 12. But he went out and started fucking some chick. I just kept going. I just kept going. And I had him. And he came back in and he went, he gave me the light. And when I got home, he was waiting right there. He goes, I'm sorry, that chick. Fucking. He was doing 38 minutes. I couldn't sleep that night. Because I never dreamt of doing 38 minutes, but I did it. Do you know what I'm saying? If you would have came to me and said, Joey, I'm going to buy and do 20, I would have choked. I would have straight up choked. But since there was no clock in my mind, that's when I knew. You know what I'm saying? I went home that night and I almost called CAA. I ain't gonna lie to you, motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I almost called fucking CBS and said, fire Dave Letterman. I did 38 minutes at some fucking hellhole last night. I swear to God. You're walking so high. It's such a big accomplishment. It's such a big accomplishment. Those little things are the ones that keep you in the game. Okay, I did 38. I'll do it again for a year. You bomb. You can't do 30. You just bomb. But eventually, if you just stick it out, you're gonna make. It's a nightmare, but it's so much fun. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a nightmare. Would you do it again, Eddie?
Do what again?
Start this whole thing again, right? Like most people.
I wouldn't change my life.
Would you go through this again?
Fuck yeah.
Every. You know what? At this point, you know what, man? Every day I learn something. If you tell me, listen, comedy's gonna turn your life. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. You're crazy. I'm like, I love something. I'm gonna love comedy. I'm like, disgruntled for 2 weeks or something. I was disgruntled for 2 weeks. Like, I'm tired.
With comedy?
Yes.
Why?
You get stuck, dog. You go into slumps. You go into joke writing slumps. And everything you try is kind of shitty. And then one day everything falls back. The thing is not to stop. When a baseball player gets in a hitting slump, they don't bench him. In fact, they send him to the bat even more. Because they know eventually the slump's going to go away. This motherfucker's going to start blasting home runs. And the only way to do it is by getting this confidence back. So the last 2 weeks, every time I've gone to do comedy, I haven't forced myself to do comedy. But I know the jokes are coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's right there. It's just a matter of putting them all together. I said something last night. I said something Tuesday night at Flappers with Lee. Every night I said something, I just did it. I went back home and wrote it down. So the spider web is there. You know what I'm saying? The net is there. It's ready to start catching shit. Like a motherfucker. Lee, you ready for another start? Pilot the Bombardier. Look at you. It's Sunday night. It's 420 week and shit. People are going fucking bananas. There's only like 15 fucking stars Wednesday night.
That'll be fun. I don't think I need any more right now.
What's going on Wednesday?
Louis J. Gomez is going to be on the show.
No, Wednesday's 420 night. That's when all these fucking Gentiles jump up and down on the weed stores. Tell you they'll give you an ounce of weed for free, but they cut it with a 3/4 of an ounce of Susquehanna weed. And you go home going, I got an ounce of weed for free. And then make people stand out there thinking you're rolling papers. You know what? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun if that's what you want to do. Because you go to like 3 or 4 different stores, man. So if you buy an ounce right around the corner, they'll give you an ounce for free that says even PR.
So yeah, so it's a 400 for an ounce usually. So you get the 200 then for an ounce. It's pretty good. I don't know how many grams in an ounce, but
20.
Oh wow, yeah, that's really good then. Because it's like 20 a gram.
You seem to know a lot about weed, but yet you don't know how many grams. All this other intricate shit.
I never once bought it illegally. I just I did it a couple of times before starting this, and then now it's all just been like at the store. The most weed I've ever bought is an eighth. That's all. I don't even know what that means.
1/8 of an ounce.
I still remember buying half grams of coke. my sophomore year. You know,
You
like
just know what it costs. That's it.
Bro, you guys were talking about being like young, having sex at 13. I was the kid in my mom's minivan going to bar mitzvah tutoring, like, and then going and having that's cool.
I didn't have. Listen, let me.
How old were you when you got virginized?
Like 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not.
Mexicans have sex early, dude. We don't fuck. We don't have nothing else to do. We don't have fucking games and shit you white people play. We had the fun.
I did kinky shit young. I didn't have sex till later on. You know what I'm saying? Like I fingered people and sucked titties and shit like that. But I didn't have sex till maybe 17, 16, 18.
Are you done?
Around there, for sure. That's where
I was 13.
I did creepy things. No, I ain't gonna lie. No,
13, that's crazy. And it's interesting. I went to
Mexicans
Joe's.
have kids at 13.
Juan Soto, a kid in my grammar school, knocked up a chick in the 8th grade. Fucking, I'll never forget him. I liked Juan Soto. He just disappeared. He knocked her up, walked him home, and never came back to school.
We were responsible, man. It was all about that.
You had to get that job. He had to get a job. Like in the 8th grade, freshman year, you had to get a job. Can you imagine what your job? I mean, you had to get a job. In those days, you get a good union job. By the time you're fucking 20, you're making real money. You know, you're a mechanic or something, you're making real fucking money.
Yeah, but how you like drop me out of school at 14? Jesus.
For years, generations did it, man. All those fucking immigrants that came over, the families need money. What are you gonna do?
Family's not around. You know?
You fucking figure it out.
My block was a bunch of Mexican ladies whose husbands left them and their kids. So everybody had their mom and then their boyfriend, their mom's new boyfriend. And as the kids, we'd make fun of everybody's mom's new boyfriend because they'd be like different boyfriends every now and then. But there was only one family where the mother and father stayed together. Socorro and Mac. They stayed together. Everyone else, one by one, they all left. All the dads eventually left the kids, and the single moms. A bunch of poor Mexican single
I don't know
moms.
about my New York City neighborhood, but I know that my Jersey neighborhood, all those people were married. They weren't no crazy people. They were white people. They weren't no crazy people. They were all together.
Yeah.
All the witnesses were together.
Yep.
It was weird in my town when people got divorced. Like there were people who did it, but it wasn't the majority at all. It was like less than 10%.
Where did you grow up?
Outside of Boston.
Out of white people.
Yeah, all
White people stay together.
It's like one family.
Mexicans don't.
No.
White people stay together, but they fuck each other's wives. They're all creepy and shit. They start banging each
It's
other.
normal for Latin men to have several families. It's normal for Latin men to have several families. Kids everywhere. My dad had 19 kids from 8 different churches. So that's not that crazy.
That's like on a Latin deal. That's like on a farm deal. You gotta shoot a motherfucker like your father. Like, are you fucking crazy?
19 kids.
You know the damage you left on this fucking country, cocksucker. We should just shoot.
I was one of his illegitimate bastards. On the side.
I sit there sometimes. You know what? I look at Mercy. I look at my wife. I'm watching TV. I gotta do a podcast. And I gotta go on the road. I like to work out. I like to write. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't fucking imagine having another family. I grew up with a kid who had another family.
Before the internet, you could pull it off. You can't pull that shit off no more with Facebook and shit.
No, well, somebody has to know. To pull that off, somebody has to know.
You can't have the internet and do that.
You know what I'm saying? One of those women has to know that you're
Yes.
doing it. One of them has to be completely cool. She knows from day one. You got a family in Jersey. You love them. You love the wife. She just wants a kid. She loves you. So she's going to figure out a way how to have a kid. You want to raise this
You
kid.
can do it up there.
On Sundays.
Oh, that's a pain in the ass.
Sleep over on Thursday night. You will.
I think Tony his
How you
thought
gonna
the
do
rest of his mom did was that for like someone in the mafia.
That's crazy. I couldn't even.
Yo, dog.
Like, I can't imagine how much work goes into that. Like, I sit there sometimes. I sit there sometimes and go, oh, it would be nice to have a fucking 22-year-old on the side. let you light a fucking asshole on fire. You know what I'm saying? Once a night, once a week, you go over there, you give a little red
That's all
money.
right with you. That's all right, mama. Anything
I think that would be horrible.
And it's I just couldn't. I sit there, I couldn't juggle.
That's all right.
Even if I wanted to,
You get too stressed. There's no way you do it. With Twitter, you can.
Why you keep saying stuff? You can do anything. You can do whatever you want in today's world. It's gotta be fucking listen. Let's pretend that wasn't a comment. Let's pretend that was something completely different than a comment. You think I'd be banging around?
That one's great.
I'm banging some chick taking pictures on Instagram and shit like that. First of all, after 3 months of dick, you tell him shit, listen, put the camera away. You could be like the fucking owner of the fucking, what's his name? The owner, the old man owner of the fucking, whatever team.
Sterling?
You know, it just, you keep saying the internet.
Well, before the internet, it was easy to have several relationships. It was easy.
But you can still do it. There's motherfuckers.
You can still do it. It's just too stressful.
First off, listen, to have 2 wives, you gotta have one thing. You gotta have one thing that's fucking huge, and that's cash.
Yeah.
To keep everybody in place.
Yeah. You gotta have a lot of
everybody in place, separated from one another. You know exactly when one's going to Macy's and one's going to Beverly Hills. You gotta have a lot of fucking cash.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna buy peace of mind.
Yes.
Is with cash. That's the only way you get someone to that. Like if you look at a bitch and go, here it is. Listen, you knew from the beginning. I'm married. I got 3 kids. I got twins. I love them. You're just a fucking kumquat. You understand me? You're just a kumquat. I love you. Whatever. I'll pay your rent. You know, when you have that type of money, when you have your account and go, listen, mail her a check for $15,000. You know, the last dude was giving her $2,000. She got VD and all that shit. I'm giving her 15 G's large. Shut the fuck up. Every time I come over, I want a steak with a lobster tail. I want you with a robe and ready to fucking burn. I don't want to hear nothing. You got to make sure you don't get your period that night. Because it's over. You got to go to the hospital and get that taken out. It's all over. Like something crazy like that. That's the only way it would work. Not the fucking, oh my God, I got ulcers just thinking about it. I got ulcers just thinking about it.
And if you left your phone around or something, like, it's too easy.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. You got to be ahead of the fuck. The one that knows. She doesn't sound like smoke signals or a pigeon. You know what I'm saying? You don't even get my digits. You understand me? You want me? You're like fucking Pablo Escobar. You're sending pigeons. When I see the pigeon, I'll come over. You see a pigeon with a picture of your pussy, fire, and I'll shoot right over and shit.
That'd be for players. That could actually be a good idea.
That's the whole thing.
You
Listen,
start raising pigeons. Like just pretend like you love pigeons.
the problem with people is that they leave loopholes. That's it. They just leave loopholes, little loopholes. The only loophole is that she's got to know, and that there ain't no loophole. Listen, you can't come to my shows. I don't want you to tell me when you play ballet. You understand? I don't want you playing tennis. That's how, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you eating acai, nothing.
How are you going to enforce that?
I don't know.
Money. You can't. You have to say shit like that. Those have to be the rules. And the only way you're gonna pull that off is to draw some serious cash.
Christmas, I'm gonna give you 10,000.
What is
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna suck 32 dicks.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't bring back nothing. I don't want to get one call over the
What
holidays.
is a good
I don't give a fuck.
absolutely
I don't
not.
give a fuck.
I despise
I don't give a fuck.
both the destruction of innocent life.
I'll be over the Orange Bowl.
Oh, this is the best when you were like, who's that lady? I don't know. I think she's hot.
What woman wants to be alone?
Why do you think guys are trying to be rich all the time?
Just to get a mistress?
I was thinking about this. A lot of dough. This is the you get like one of those islands. You just kidnap women. Just go around with a van. Have them get like 10 of them, fly them out the island.
You're gonna have Rudy on this one?
Then make them run around naked and
No.
shit, live off the island.
No, it's this
You
pipe.
just jump by the helicopter.
Kids, you don't even know about the beginning of fucking Proud Mary. Every now and then.
Do it. You know what I'm saying? Why sit on the couch?
How often is there a hunt? Do you like do every day?
Viagra should
Probably every day. Please. Maybe 2-3 times.
Nice and easy. Rudy. You know, every now and then, you might choose it. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. You're going to get the song. Okay, good for you. I like that one with Rudy where it was like off. Cool dog. That was really great, man. When you were like, "Hey, dog." Rah. This was really good.
They just they
This is really good. Remember when you were in the fucking Joe Rogan group?
They're never good looking.
I just I don't know. I mean, it scared me when I was 16. It scared me when I was 16. I saw VD live in color. My buddy got VD, and I had to go with him to the clinic. And there was a guy or a chick with foam coming out of her fucking mouth, like scabs and shit. Once you see it in action, you're like, you know what? I ain't getting my dick sucked on the corner no more. It's over. That chick ain't never sucking my dick.
Any other questions, Lee?
Yes, actually.
No, because we covered massage parlors, and money, paying mistresses.
Yes. Okay, this is actually the jiu-jitsu one. So I only got to see a couple fights yesterday, but the one I did see was Dairouche. And they kept saying it was like a jiu-jitsu. I said I was gonna say like, how does that happen? But then I was thinking about it, and the cool thing about jiu-jitsu, I guess, is that that can happen often. It happens like more often than I think it happens in a lot of other sports. So like, what is it like as? You've probably been on both sides of it as someone who's been the underdog and overtaken, and then been the person who's supposed to win and then loses. It happens.
Well, it's like a sword fight, like Game of Thrones, right? They're both decent at the sword fighting. Maybe the black belts at sword fighting. One wrong move and anybody can slice each other's head off. One wrong move, right? You can't. They're both good. Even if one is a purple belt swordsman, that's still a motherfucking sword. It's still a finishing weapon. So I get caught by my fucking purple belts. If I'm not on high alert at all times, I get caught legitimately. One wrong move, boom. Like once a week, a purple belt gets me. You know, my guys are fucking vicious, and anybody can get caught. So.
Yeah, I was speaking of EPI, which is coming up again. The last EPI we had Javier Vasquez, a monster legend in the sport.
But all the guys in EBI are really good.
But
they all have swords. And they all have swords. One wrong move, you know, a guy that's been training 7 years could take out a guy that's been training 15 years easily. One zig when you should have zagged, boom, boom, and that's a wrap. That's a sword, man. One to the pop-up, you got to have your shit perfect to not get caught. And you could pull that off, too. Of course, anything could happen. You could jack the guy. He could jack you quick. It could be a long war, stalemate, positional battle.
And then it's kind of cool that you're the first jiu-jitsu tournament getting bought by the UFC. Because the Fight Pass has been making deals with a bunch of other organizations, and it's really cool. You've made a way to make it entertaining, and so anything can happen.
So far, so good, man. This show could be a disaster. It could suck. You know, after we made the first EBI, I would have been totally cool just ending it right there. I'm like, we got one motherfucking show. We did a show, and you did record it. We got the tape. Like, we have the tape. Let me see the tape. We did it. We have one show. I would have been cool with one show because I knew it would have just, based on the reviews and the instant, you know, after EBI 1, most comments, most people coming up to me with, like, that was the most exciting jiu-jitsu event I've ever seen. That was normal. And I thought, wow, fuck, if we don't do another show, success, we could walk away right now. And then we did another one. And then, damn, again, another success. Like, shit. I could end it, you know. We could just have, remember those EBI shows that was 1 and 2, and then that's it, you know. We did it. It's over. We did it. Nothing you could do to take that away. We did it. I'm good with it. And then the next show is we'll do a third one. You know, it'd be cool if it, got crazy and maybe got on I don't know, HBO or some shit, or Fox bought it. Fuck, that would be nuts. Let's try it out. Let's see if we could do a shit. We're getting good reviews. Fuck it, let's do it. I don't want to be a fucking promoter for an event. There's a lot of it that I don't like. You know, I don't like constantly trying to sell it. You know, I like talking about it, but fuck, let's just watch it and enjoy it. Not really. I wish I didn't have to talk about it so much, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not like a fight promoter. I'm not like a Dana White. Dana White is the fucking master. He's the coral belt of fight promoters. I never wanted to do this shit. I'm very passionate about it, and I'm doing everything I can to make it entertaining. Doing everything I fucking can. I just want.
It's a good product, man. It's different. It's a good product. You're having fun. You can tell when you go down there. You know, the thing that always fucks with me constantly is that my buddy is like a significant Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy across the country. Like, how fucking crazy is that? Like, you go to Maine and do a seminar, like, you're well known. You're like Chuck Norris in 1974.
That's hysterical. That's hilarious. I'm a pussy. I'm a pussy Mexican, poor Mexican kid who wanted to be a rock star. You know what I mean?
Look what you're a different type of rock star. It's so weird how right now you're Chuck Norris, 1972. Return of the Dragon had just come out. Bruce Lee killed him. They didn't do that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
people knew who you were. Like, even though Bruce Lee was the main man, Eddie Brown was right there. It's like Billy Jack. You know who Billy Jack is?
No, I get it.
You know who Billy Jack is?
No, I
Put
don't.
on Billy Jack. This is the guy who's after Ralphie May.
He's a cowboy that does karate.
An Indian.
Yeah.
An American.
But he's a white guy, but he claims he's Indian. And he probably like 1/16 Indian or something. And he does fucking karate. He's got that roundhouse kick.
What is it called?
Billy Jack.
He invented the roundhouse, right?
These are the movies you gotta watch with Paula Willard. Ben with the rats. I told you to bring that home that you blow her fucking mind. They all look at Billy Jack and shit.
Okay.
Billy Jack, ready? Oh, keep going. Keep going down. Keep going. No, you fucked up. See, you fucked up right there. Billy Jack, right foot, whops Bosma's face.
You know what? I bet Photoshop Steve puts my face right in that Billy Jack.
Forget about it.
It's over.
Check this out, Lisa. This is the real deal. I'm introducing you to the fucking, look at Billy Jack.
This is like the American Bruce Lee.
This was right around the time Bruce Lee died or was about to die. They threw this guy at us. I went to see this in the movie theater.
That's high def.
I'm one of these fucking momos.
How come the quality is...
A friend that gave us this TV, he's in jail right now. He does that, where they take all these old movies and they redo them so you can watch them. They resell them. This is that high definition. What's it called, Lee?
4K.
Check out, is it 4K? Is this 4K?
This is a 4. Well, this TV's 4K. I don't know if.
This is 4K.
It's 1080p.
It looks really good.
Look at this fucking.
Looks brand new.
Yeah, this Trump. Look at.
I'm like, is this a parrot?
Where did he take his shoes off? Where the fuck did he take his shoes off?
Karate tricks gonna help you against all these guys. Doesn't look to me like I really have any choice. Yeah, but it's right.
It looks like Cowboy Cerrone, right?
Just for the hell of it. Yeah. I'm gonna take this right. You wanna know something? There's not a damn thing you're gonna be able to do about it. Really?
There you go, Lisa.
Damn, he pimp slapped him with his
There you
foot.
go, Lee. Now he caught. His son's busting him.
Son of a bitch.
There you go. Look at him, Lee. This is the real deal right here, Lee. Look at him. Look at him climbing into trees like an scratch. You gotta take out your thyroid. Something's wrong with your asshole. You killed me. Slapped my ass. Huh?
Oh, I swear
Yeah, you can't. You're not supposed to be drinking that wicked shit.
I know. This guy's what I'm sorry.
Your stomach gets you. You know what I'm saying? Let me do some fucking whatever real quick. Like from the bathroom. No, you gotta get it fixed up first. First off, I'm gonna give a shout out
Leaky butt syndrome.
to my main man, Matt Bacon, over at Baker's Field.
Investigation or
JJ
something.
came up and helped me today. I loved him. He taught me some great stuff. My man Kyle Ward, Don Wrangler, Bobby Sherman and Cristal down there in fucking Austin.
Look at this.
Young Chipotle.
Oh, you're fucking me. Are you? Yeah,
They're having
you fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. Yo, dog.
Slumps. You go.
Yo, dog.
Went to choke riding slumps. And everything you try is kind of shitty. And then one day everything falls back to the thing.
What in the fuck?
Is not to stop. When a baseball player gets in a hitting slump, they don't bench him. In fact, they send him to the bat even more because they know eventually the slump's going to go away. This motherfucker's going to start blasting home runs. And the only way to do it is by getting his confidence back. So the last 2 weeks, every time I've gone to do comedy, I've been forcing myself to do comedy. But I know the jokes are coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it. It's right there. It's just a lead. Every night I said something, I just didn't. Went back home and wrote it down. So the spider web is there. You know what I'm saying? The net is there. It's ready to start catching shit. Like a motherfucker. Lee, you ready for another bombardier? Look at you. It's Sunday night. It's 420 week and shit. People are going fucking bananas. We're going to eat like
Jay Gomez is going to be on the show?
No, Wednesday's 420 night. And then all these fucking Gentiles jump up and down on the weed stores. Tell you they'll give you an ounce of weed for free, but they cut it with 3/4 of an ounce of Susquehanna weed. And you go home going, oh, I got an ounce of weed for free, and they make people stand out there. They give you rolling papers. You know what? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun if that's what you want to do, because you go to like 3 or 4 different stores, man. So if you buy an ounce right around the corner, they'll give you an ounce for free. This is even PR.
So yeah, so it's a 400 for an ounce usually. So you get 200 then for an ounce. It's pretty good. I don't know how many grams in an ounce, but
28.
Oh wow, yeah, that's really good then. Because it's like 20 a gram.
You seem to know a lot about weed, but yet you don't know.
It's all just been like at the store. The most weed I've ever bought is an eighth. That's all. I don't even know what that means. Eighth. That's all. I don't even know what that means.
Eighth of an ounce.
I still remember buying half grams of coke my sophomore year. You know,
You just know what it costs. That's it.
Well, you guys were talking about being like young, having sex at 13. I was the kid in my mom's minivan going to bar mitzvah tutoring. That's
I didn't have. Listen, let me.
How old were you when you got divergenized?
like 20.
Oh, really?
I didn't.
Mexicans have sex early, dude. We don't have nothing else to do. We don't have fucking games and shit you white people play. We had the fun.
I did kinky shit young. I didn't have sex till later on. You know what I'm saying? Like I fingered people and sucked titties and shit like that. But I didn't have sex till maybe things. No, I ain't gonna lie, nobody.
13, that's crazy. And it's interesting. I went to
Mexicans have kids at 13.
Juan Soto, a kid in my grammar school, knocked up a chick in the 8th grade. Fuck, I'll never forget him. I liked Juan Soto. He just disappeared one day. He knocked her up. He walked him home and then we came back to school.
We were responsible, man. It was all about that.
You had to get that job. He had to get a job. Like in the 8th grade, freshman year, you had to get a job. Can you imagine when you get a job? I mean, you get a union job by the time you're fucking 20, you're making real money. You know, you're making fucking money. Just did it, man. All those fucking immigrants that come home. What do you think? You know, the family that need money. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Family's not around. My block was a bunch of Mexican ladies whose husbands left them and their kids. So everybody had their mom and then their boyfriend, their mom's new boyfriend. And as the kids, we'd make fun of everybody's mom's new boyfriend because there'd be like different boyfriends every now and then. But there was only one family where the mother and father stayed together. Socorro and Mac. They stayed together. Everyone else, one by one, they all left. All the dads eventually left the kids, and the single moms. Bunch of poor Mexican single moms.
I don't know about my New York City neighborhood, but I know that my Jersey neighborhood, all those people were married. There weren't no crazy.
Like less than 10%.
Where did you grow up?
Out to Boston.
How do white people?
Yeah, all not.
People stay together, but they fuck each other's wives and they get all creepy and shit. They start banging each
It's
other.
normal for Latin.
That's like an insomnia. That's like an insomnia. You gotta shoot a motherfucker like your father. Like, are you fucking crazy?
19 kids.
You know the damage you left on this? I gotta do a podcast. I gotta go on the road. I like to work out. I like to write. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't fucking imagine.
For the internet,
To pull that off, somebody has to know.
you can't have the internet and do that.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. That you're
Yes.
doing that. One of them has to be completely cool. She knows from day one. You got a family in Jersey. You love them. You love the kid. You want to raise this kid. You want to come over once on Sundays and be with the kids and sleep over on Thursday night. You're more than welcome.
I think Tony Hinchcliffe has talked about that. So his mom did was that for like someone in the mafia.
It's crazy. I couldn't even imagine. Like I can't imagine how much work goes into that. Like I can't. I sit there sometimes and go, "Oh, it would be nice to have a fucking 22-year-old on the side. Let you light a fucking asshole on fire." You know what I'm saying? Once a night, once a week, you go over there, you give a little rent money and shit. Stick it up puss. You know what I'm saying?
I think that would be horrible.
And it's. I just couldn't. I sit there like I couldn't juggle it. I couldn't. Even if I wanted to juggle
It'd be too stressful.
it'd be
There's
too
no way
stressful.
you can pull it off.
I can't pull it.
With Twitter, you can't pull it off.
Why do you keep saying so? You can do anything the fuck you want to. You can do whatever you want in today's world. You just gotta be fucking. Listen, let's pretend that wasn't a comic. Let's pretend that was something completely different than a comic. You think I'd be banging around on fucking Twitter if I'm banging some chick taking pictures on Instagram and shit like that? First of all, I have to throw the old man owner of the fucking whatever team.
Sterling?
Sterling. You know, it just, you keep easy, but you can still do it. There's motherfuckers.
You can
today.
still do it. It's just too stressful.
First off, listen, to have two wives, you gotta have one thing. You gotta have one thing that's fucking huge. And then I'm married, I got 3 kids, I got twins, I love them. You're just a fucking couple. I'm married, I got 3 kids, I got twins, I love them. You just, you know, when you have that type of money, when you have your account and go, listen, mail her a check for $15,000. You know, the last dude was giving her 2,000. She got VD and all that shit. I'm giving her 15 G's large. Shut the fuck up. Every time I come over, I want a steak with a lobster tail. I want you with a robe and ready to fucking burn. I don't want to hear nothing. You gotta make sure you don't get your period that night. Because it's over. You gotta go to the hospital, get that, take it out. It's all over. Like something with ulcers just thinking about it.
You think you left your phone around or something? Like, yeah, it's too easy.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. You gotta be ahead of the fuck. The one that knows. No, she does send like smoke signals or like pigeons. You want me? You're like fucking Pablo Escobar. You're sending pigeons. When I see the pigeon, I come over.
That'd be for players. That could actually be a good idea.
That's the whole thing. Listen,
You start raising pigeons. Like just pretend like you love pigeons.
the problem with people is that they leave loopholes. Listen, you can't come to my shows. I don't want you to do jiu-jitsu. I don't even want you playing ballet. And listen, I don't want you playing tennis. That's how, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you eating acai, nothing.
Yeah, but how you gonna enforce that? That's the thing.
Money.
Cash. That's what I'm saying.
You have to be able to say shit like that. Those have to be
It'll be 10,000
to shut the
go to the Bahamas, suck 22 dicks. Just
Oh,
don't bring back nothing. I don't want to get one call over the holidays. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You can't call my house. Merry Christmas, suck my dick. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear from you. There's no call till January 4th. I'll be over for the Orange Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
It sucks for people without money.
What woman wants to be alone? They're in the house.
Why do you think guys are trying to be rich all the time?
Just get a mistress.
A lot of dough. This is the move. You get like one of those islands. And you just kidnap women. Just go around with a van. Kidnap them, get like 10 of them and fly them out the island. If you're gonna do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Why sit on the couch?
How often is there a hunt?
Asian chick with a missing fucking tooth. Gross. Give me a hand job with a girlfriend and nobody to go home to. You gotta go to desperate measures. When you got a wife at home, you go to a fucking massage parlor to get a hand job. How many dicks you think they rub that day? You think they even have fucking Lysol hand wipes at those fucking places?
They're just gross to begin with.
They're fucking, their hands.
They're never hot.
Huh?
They're never good looking.
I just, I don't know. It's scared me.
More often than I think it happens.
You got to have your shit perfect to not get caught. And you could pull that off too. Of course, anything could happen. You could jack the guy. He could jack you quick. After we made the first DPI, I would have been totally cool just ending it right there. I'm like, we got one motherfucker, some shit, or Fox bought it. Fuck, that would be nuts. Let's try it out. Let's see if we can do this shit. I'm very passionate about it, and I'm doing everything I can to make it. I'm very passionate about it, and I'm doing everything I can to make it entertaining. I'm doing everything I fucking can.
It's a good product. You're having fun. You can tell when you go down there. You know, the thing that always fucks with me constantly is that my buddy is like a significant Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. Like how fucking crazy is that? You go to Maine, like you're well known. You're like Chuck Norris. Well known. You're like Chuck Norris in 1970. You're a different type of rock star. It's so weird how right now you're Chuck Norris, 1972. Return of the Dragon had just come out. Bruce Lee killed him. They didn't do that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
People knew who you are. Like even though Bruce Lee was the main man, Eddie Brown was right there on the heels. You're like Billy Jack. You know who Billy Jack is? You know who Billy Jack is?
No, I don't.
But I'm Billy Jack. This is the guy who's after Ralphie May.
He's a cowboy that does karate.
An Indian.
Yeah.
An American
But he's a white guy, but he claims he's Indian. And so he's all and he does fucking karate. He's got that roundhouse game.
What is it called? Billy Jack.
He invented the roundhouse, right?
These are the movies you forget about. This is how Lee said. This is the real deal, Lee. I'm introducing you to the fucking, look at Billy Jack.
This is like the American Bruce Lee.
This was right around the time Bruce Lee died. I'm one of these fucking momos.
How come the quality seems so good?
Because they fixed all these. All these are HD classic clips. Our friend movies.
It looks really good.
Look at this fucking.
Looks brand new.
Yeah, this Trump. Look at it.
I'm like, is this a parrot?
Where did he take his shoes off? Where the fuck did he take his shoes off?
That's out of your face. You want to know something? There's not a damn thing you're going to be able to do about it. Really?
There you go, Lisa.
Damn, he pimp slapped him with his
There you
foot.
go, Lee. Now he caught. He starts busting him.
Son of a bitch.
There you go. Look at him. Look at him, Lee. This is the real deal right here, Lee. Look at him. Look at him climbing into trees like an Indian, getting his bow and arrow. It's over.
Damn, I gotta take another piss.
Jesus Christ, you gotta take out your thyroid, though. Something's wrong with your asshole. You killing me. Salt my ass. Huh?
Oh, I swear.
Yeah, you can't. You're not supposed to be drinking that wicked shit.
I know. I swear, I'm sorry.
You're coming, you know what I'm saying? Let me do some fucking letters real quick, please, in the background. No, you gotta go get fixed up first. First off, I'm gonna give a shout out to my main man, Matt Baker, over at Bakersfield. BJJ came up and helped me today. I loved him. We'll play Albert Arellano, Becky, and Jay Bichero. I'm coming to Pittsburgh, cocksucker. What's up with you, Lisa? Look at your eyeballs. They're on fire. Yeah, Lee. Stone to the fucking wheels. I love it. I love Sunday nights. You got nothing to do. This is what it's all about. Time to do a podcast on Sundays. You guys get it on Monday morning. It's out. Be ready to. They throw bitches in jail for that shit. I didn't pay my taxes for 13 years. I don't know what happened. The computer went kaput. But then I turn myself in.
Well, you can watch it on UFC Fight Pass. It's also going to be available on Dish Network pay-per-view and in-demand pay-per-view and online pay-per-view. If you don't have UFC Fight Pass, you can go to Fight TV, FITE.
You also have to watch your phone. The T was not set. We try.
Well, which
Go to draft.
no other show on Fight Pass, no other fight show. There's a bunch of MMA shows on there, but we're the only grappling show, and they decided to, really push it. And man, it's fucking crazy. I mean, that's pretty nuts.
Deep down inside, I'm very proud of you. Because I was thinking about my known from the fucking strip club. From the
Those
fucking
days.
strip club. And now you have a fucking bona fide.
I'm surrounded by wonderful people. My association is just, there's no way I could, I haven't competed enough to really do, to really leave that much of a competitive legacy or whatever. I didn't compete that much. But my guys, I got a whole legion of warriors out there laying it on the line and dedicating their lives to competing. Like Gio Martinez, Richie Martinez, Danny Procopos, all these guys, Nathan Orchard, these guys are on the front line laying it down, and without them, I'm nothing. So, what I tried to focus on is building a team where we all work together and we all pull our own weight and we all make a difference. And when anybody does something spectacular, everyone benefits. We're all, if someone in 10th Planet Phoenix does something big, 10th Planet Rochester, they all feel it. I like involving everybody and focusing on the team aspect. And not like all of us, but I can't do it alone. I need fucking warriors and barbarians, to go out there on the front line. And, get some heads off. It's fucking fun, man. It's the funnest, craziest shit ever. Really, I live my life building soldiers and army. And mastering the system is the way I get all my strategies and techniques and everything to go together. That's how we keep everybody. Damn it. You know what I mean? when I'm teaching, I'm always looking at the clock because I'm hoping that there's more time to teach. I'm never looking over. Like, you know, when you're on stage and you're on fire, you want to fuck another hour. You know what I mean? You know, you get that feeling like you don't want that fucking light. Like, fuck the light. You know, give me another 10 or something. You know what I mean? When you're on fire. That's how I feel every night. Every night. Fuck, I could go another hour, but you know what? They got a small hour. I'm fucking probably stop it. You keep drilling. I love it every night. So, beautiful thing. I can't fucking believe I'm living this life. You know, it's pretty crazy.
But Soundgarden thought they could do it better. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. That's all that happens. Soundgarden was good, but doesn't matter.
I like the Alice in Chains.
No. I'm
just
just
a little bit.
I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying. Man, Elvis did. But somebody, you know, the guy from the Stray Cats thought he could do it a little better. You know, to become a comedian, you gotta watch somebody on TV. You know, I could do that. You're like, this guy ain't doing things. I can do what the fuck he's doing. And you write 3 minutes and you go down to an open mic and you eat that dog. And you gotta make a crucial decision. Whether I'm gonna go on with it or I'm not. And I never understood why quit. Like why, you know what I'm saying? Like I loved it from the very beginning. It fucking alerted me. Like it just lifted my fucking head. Like I still remember that night getting on stage and sitting around and talking to the headliner. His name was Matt Woods. I still remember who the headliner was. None of you guys ever heard of Matt Woods. Look at the shape of Lee, can't even focus his eyeballs. None of you guys ever heard of Matt Woods, but to me, he was the biggest guy ever on stage that night. And then he gave me good advice after that. And I still remember driving back to Boulder from Denver going, what the fuck just happened to my central nervous system? Like it just fucking blacked out. Like it just sizzled. And this time, bro, I think about that night once a week. When I come home at night, I leave the Comedy Store and I'm driving on a little canyon. That's what I think about. I still remember coming home July 19th, 1991, fucking July 8th, June 18th.
Oh, this move.
And it must have been 10 o'clock at night. I thought my head was going to explode. I couldn't feel my fingers and shit.
Gosh.
And I would have to go right back to being a roofer the next day and shit. I was like, this is terrible. I got to figure out how to do this shit full time. And,
Well, I know you probably don't remember because it was such a limpid, just a tiny little speck in a limpid life. But there was a time where Joe took me under his wing and he wanted to go on stage and do some open mics. And I did it 9 times. And I came to the conclusion right there that I'm like, man, to be good at this, it's just like you got to put a lot of time.
oh my God, it's a lot of time.
So I knew it right there. I knew if I was going to do this, I was going to have to spend a lot of time. And at that point, I was already, already jiu-jitsu and music. Now I want to add comedy. And I told Joe, I'm like, I would have to spend too much time to get good at this. I don't have that time. I can't do it. I thought comedians could just go up and just talk some shit. Once I realized how much work there is, I realized that I didn't have time for it.
Well, listen, that applies to a diet. That applies to 22,000 things. That applies to anything. People wake up one morning and go, you know what? I think I want to do this. And they go down there, they take such an emotional beating that they can't go back. Yeah. Or they realize what you realize. See, with me, it took me 3 years. It took me 3 years to finally change. This is gonna be fucking work, bro. This shit I've been doing, it ain't gonna cut. This shit I've been doing, this little game I'm playing with myself. This has been good. It's a learning experience. But it ain't gonna work out. And right there, I told it. I don't been through a little lifestyle like that was it. Hook, line, and fucking sinker. Drugs, drinking, writing jokes,
Nice, dog.
going out the next
Yo,
night,
should
whatever
we
you
go do
do.
that? So sick.
So that's the problem with most people. And it's just not jiu-jitsu or standing up.
Certified free.
Listen, I played the bass, bro.
7 days a week.
I tried it. I went to like 3 or 4 months of lessons. It just wasn't for me. I was thinking about it. I was right to something. I was thinking about my freshman year of basketball. That's all I wanted to do.
Well, I am here to the rock.
All I was
And
doing
they
was
ask me,
7th
they
and 8th
ask me,
grade.
they ask me, I tell them.
Yeah, I was playing basketball.
Mr. Rockefeller, it's your bus, it's your bus, it's your yes, it's to the sky. And here to the rock.
All right, if you did it mathematically,
First,
there
last
was
call.
no way I couldn't start it. Mathematically, there's no way I couldn't start it. I got the freshman year. I didn't
Dude,
play.
something's fucking louder than shit.
I didn't even play. I think I played like 4 games of Bible. Get destroyed. 4 games of Bible. Get destroyed. Destroyed who I was because I put so much effort into this.
Yo,
On the plate,
do the thing.
sizzle,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
she's like, oh,
Everybody knew me. School practice. They couldn't stop me.
you just, when you go like this,
But he couldn't take
and
it.
then you go like this.
Years later, he admitted.
Yo, dog.
Because I fucking did not. Because the only reason why I put him on the team was because I knew I get too much pressure.
Certified
But
free.
he wasn't
7
going to start.
days a week.
He didn't like me just in general. I took it a different way. I beat myself and I quit. To this day, I feel bad about that. Even though I didn't
These are all
I was
terrible.
6'4", what the fuck was I gonna do? Once you get to the pros, those fucking black dudes will kill you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna show up 5'11". Those black dudes will bitch.
I went through the same goddamn thing.
Yeah, so you go through the failures and you accept them. But every weekday I get pissed about basketball. Especially during NCAA basketball, like March. If I'm in a bad mood, it's because of basketball.
Yo, dog.
Because 30 fucking years later, I'm still pissed off. But I quit. Fucking, I didn't go about sophomore year. No way.
You don't want to feel that. Yeah.
Fuck no.
This is my favorite one.
I want to be a bartender.
Is there an advertisement? No.
I want to have right the menu. I want to have the
This
two
is
legs.
fun.
Those potato skins. This is my thing.
I like it.
I see those things grow. I can't do those things. Well, I got a job building scaffolds. The
No
dude
one
told me
wants
the first
to
day,
be garbage.
you scared of heights? Me? Fuck no. I can fly a fucking helicopter. Dog, you ever hang a scaffold?
No, I never hung this guy.
You have no idea, my friend. Once you get to the 3rd floor, once you get to the 3rd floor of hanging a scaffold, July of 1983, I got a job hanging a scaffold right off the bat for $15 an hour. I did the math. I figured out how many weeks I was going to work before I quit. You know what I'm saying? Like I went home 15 an hour. I get a raise after a month to 18. I'll put away this money. I'll do this. I do this. I'll do that. I already had a plan. I was going to work for a year and go back to school. Dog, I quit the 3rd hour. The 3rd fucking hour. When they told me to climb up to the top and they were going to hand me scaffold and I would have to put it into the hinges and climb up and wait for the guy to give it to me again and hang it. They're like, oh, it's behind there. Pew! I never came back. And then I showed up a week later. We got a job on the same construction site, because my buddy took me up there when they were in the beginning. And they had already built a condo. So the condo already had furniture in it so they could show it to future investors. I went over there one day. That night I told his brother, listen, they got towels. They got everything up there. We're sitting here with one fucking towel. They got half a fat couple. Let's go up there and rob that fucking people. They're going to get the job as a scaffold dude. And then I quit after 2 hours. And then I came back a week later and got a job in putting in railroad ties.
I'm levitating.
You have no idea. You gotta get a drill them, and then pick them up and drill again and hit them with a fucking sledgehammer until the fucking Dracula thing goes through. I did that for about 4 days till I got a paycheck. Then I fucking quit that and I became an asphalt guy. All right, like that. This is all in like 3 weeks.
I worked at TBS.
All right, I became an asphalt guy. And then I was snowing
About
one
me.
of the asphalt guys. And I brought him $250. And he goes, all right, I'll just take it out of your check tomorrow. He gave me the $250. He gave me the check. He goes, I'll see you tomorrow. The next day I went to the job. They weren't there. That Monday I went back to the job. They weren't there. I called the office. The company went out of business and went back to New York City. Fucking crazy shit was happening to me like that. Like just crazy construction shit. Then I got a job fucking laying brick. And that was good. I did that for about 3 months until the guy fucking laid me for the winter. That job was cool. That was easy. But that shit, you fucking think you're dealing with this shit.
my friend, long-haired Mexican, speed metal, satanic lyric writing, and we got a job at a Mexican swap meet, which is a drive-in theater at night. You know, the drive-ins used to have swap meets.
That's how he went to the movie.
Flea markets. You know what I'm talking about?
That's what he went to the movie.
Yeah, it was
driving.
It was good, yeah.
And they have during the day they have swap meets there, and the snack bar for the drive-in is actually the snack bar for the swap meet too. So there's all these stands like a flea market, and then you go to the snack bar and buy shit. So it was very hard for us to get jobs. We're all long-haired, but we had a connection at the drive-in, and we all got hired. We're 16 years old, and they didn't know what to do with this. They knew they couldn't make us in charge of, put us in charge of any food. So what are we going to do with these long-haired dudes? They felt sorry for us. So they made us tie up our hair, and they decided that we were going to be in charge of taking care of the Coke stands that were throughout the flea market. There was Coke stands, and there'd be a person working, selling Cokes, and we would supply them with ice. We would take their breaks for them. We were 4 dudes just walked around the swap meet, covering for these Coke stands. So the scam is they the inventory. We would take cups from the snack bar where we would fill trash cans with ice to keep them stocked with ice all day, stocked with ice, stocked with Coke canisters. We would break into the storeroom by the ice, take cups, put it in the trash can, and fill it with ice, and then we would wheel the ice, the trash can filled with my boy. We would just be selling the Cokes, like our cups, and then it'd be like 90 degrees in the swap meet, a line of Cokes. We're just selling them all. That's how we made our money. And then they'd come back from their lunch and go, it wasn't too busy. We didn't really sell that much.
You didn't even sell like 10 cups to the people?
A little bit. We sold a little bit. A little bit. We sold 10 cups. Really, we sold 50. That's how we bought our equipment. That's how I bought my drums. Scams like that. That's how I bought all my music equipment, PA systems and shit.
It's fucking crazy the shit we did.
Equipment, PA systems and shit.
It's fucking crazy the shit we did.
I didn't have any money.
No,
I'm broke as fuck.
Listen, man, at least you didn't have any money. I had money, and you know what I'm saying? You're robbing from the economy stuff. Where you get the trust fund, the fucking man, what the fuck kind of shit is that? That's not fair. You know, when my mom was alive and I was doing stupid shit, I was doing that, being a dumb fuck. Like, there was no need for me to act like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it was, at that time, we used to go down to the railroad tracks and take motorcycles and take punks and let them sell them door to door. I didn't need to do that, but I liked the financial independence, you know what I'm saying? I liked to make $10 that she didn't know I had. I always dug that. There was something about that. But yeah, she gave me 20 and she thinks I got 40 in that box. But I really got 40 in that box, but I got 80 in the bed from the scam I did. You follow me? And I can hide my scam and she'll keep giving me fucking 20s. Those 80s ago, that was my thinking at that early age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was one of those crazy motherfuckers. Who the fuck knows why? We were kids, man. We were kids and we didn't have shit. You know, that's what we did that to survive, man. We didn't have any money. I was 15 years old. You know, it was so funny. My wife came home the other day and she said that she went to look at this house and she was talking to this lady. And then she was like, he was talking to this thing. They started talking about a kid. The kid's 6. And the kid speaks 3 languages. And then the kid's gifted. And I'm like, well, you know what, man? The kid's gifted. But 20 years from now, that girl's going to be retarded because she was gifted. They kept telling her that she was gifted. That's what that football player said. Remember, 2 years ago, he made the trophies back. He said, that's the fucking problem. These people are fucking gifted, you know? You know what, man? You know who was gifted? I was. I think about it now. I look at my daughter, what she's doing. And I look at what I was doing at my daughter. At my daughter's age, I already knew 2 languages, and my father was dead. My father stopped coming home after a fucking week after I turned 3. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's gifted, shit like that. Because I can handle it. My mom said every time a door would open, I would fucking look at the door to see if my dad came in. That's fucked up. I don't even know what I'm telling you. I'd have dreams that my dad was gone from my life from 14 to 27, and then he showed up when I was 27. I hadn't seen him since I was 14. And
Between that time, between 14 and 27, I didn't know if he was alive. Never heard from him. He just disappeared. And he told me he was going to at 14. He said, "This is the last time you're going to see me." Just because my mom was dating someone else. He was like, "I'm just going to leave you guys in peace. I'm going to be out of your life. It's best if, I don't complicate things." Meanwhile, he was just there to bang my mom anyways. He's full of shit. He had 19 kids. He was getting everyone pregnant. He didn't give a shit. He would come by every now and then just to bang my mom and take me and my friends in the movies and dump us off or just hang out with my mom. You know what I mean? He was a scoundrel. But I would dream that I would see him like in his truck, 'cause he was a truck driver by day. He delivered food to restaurants. And I'd have dreams like, there he is, and I'm chasing him and shit. Wanted to see my daddy.
It's crazy. When my mom died, I remember months later, I moved right around the corner. And if I went out on Fridays or Saturdays or during the week and I got fucking drunk, I would always go by the house and I would just sit in the store just to see if maybe they made a mistake and shit. Even though I seen them bury my mother, just to see if maybe they made a mistake and shit. Even though I seen them bury my